evening and welcome to the Darling Stadium pregame activities. I'm Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. We are here at the new Darling Stadium prior to the game between the Hampton Crabbers and the Kecoughtan Warriors, and we're going to have a fairly lengthy ceremony here, Bob, to commemorate the opening of this beautiful new facility. Not quite completed, but certainly functional.
Oh, it is definitely functional. It's amazing what they have done in the last week, Tim. I was over here first this week, and I said, no way they're going to be done. But this place is starting to fill up already, as you can see across the side. The visitors tonight are Hampton. So Hampton crowd will be sitting on the other side, Kecoughtan on this side. But this is going to be a great game. We're going to have the two bands. I think something about the band's going to come out in the middle of the field or something.
Well, as a matter of fact, as you can see on your screen there, the Kecoughtan marching band is on your screen right now, and to their left or to our right is the Hampton High School marching band, or at least a portion thereof. And they are going to be performing for us. Among other things, we're also going to have a welcome by Mayor Eason and several introductions and some speakers. And we're going to have a full-blown ceremony here to commemorate the beautiful new Darling Stadium. And it is quite a facility. And, of course, you and I and our whole crew are very excited about being here to do the home games for the city schools.
Oh, yes. And, Tim, if you look at the goalposts, for example, those are not typical high school goalposts that you'll see. Those are the pro-type goalposts. I mean, they really go up in the air. They got flags on the top so they can see which way the wind's blowing. The field is in excellent condition. This is going to be great. I'm really looking forward. I'm kind of anxious for this, as you and I have talked about earlier, that I've been anxious for this to start.
Okay, we'll continue with our pregame activities, but first let's take a timeout for a message from Hampton Chevrolet.
Listen to the heartbeat. There's really something to sing about here at Hampton Chevrolet Jeep Eagle. You pay what we pay the factory. Actual dealer invoice, plus up to $1,000 factory rebate to you on every Hampton Chevrolet and Hampton Geo new 1989 car and truck, and every new 1989 Hampton Jeep Cherokee. Yes, you can at Hampton Chevrolet Geo Jeep Eagle, 2 blocks east of I-64 on Mercury Boulevard.
The two bands have made their way across the field, and momentarily we'll have the opening ceremonies. We're going to have the national anthem played by both of the bands, as well as a couple of songs played by each. We're going to turn this over now to the PA announcer here at Darling Stadium.
Well, right now that is Mike McCormick, who is the girls basketball coach at Kecoughtan. He's announcing for the ball game. And what he's doing is just giving the crowd, let them know what's going on. The actual ceremonies themselves have not started yet, Tim.
As part of the dedication ceremony for the new football stadium, both bands will present musical selections for your enjoyment. The Hampton High School Band is commanded on the field by drum majors Anissa Agee and Crystal Sessoms. Drum major Crystal Sessoms will lead the band in 2 performance selections, Border Crossing, followed by Stingray. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hampton High School Band.
Since 1972, Peninsula Screen Print has been providing the Peninsula with custom imprinted caps, jackets, sweatwear, and athletic uniforms. Now, a full line of promotional items such as cups, mugs, visors, pens, and frisbees are available to help your business, club, school, or special event get your message across. Also specializing in adult and youth team sports, Peninsula Screen Print has become the leader by offering such brand names as Bike, Sandknit, Hanes, and Screen Stars Best at wholesale prices. In-house graphic artists and screen printing afford us the opportunity to provide custom logos and art to meet your design needs. From the art room to specialized screen making to the finished product, we have the facilities to meet your deadline. Located in the Old Fox Hill section of Hampton, see us this week for personalized service or phone 850-2244 for more information. Peninsula Screen Print, your one-stop walking advertisement shop.
for the presentation of the colors by the Kecoughtan High School Junior Naval ROTC Color Guard and the playing of our national anthem, which this evening will be performed by the combined Hampton High School and Kecoughtan High School bands. Leading the singing will be vocalist soloist Margaret Vaughn, music teacher at Asbury and Langley Schools. The combined bands will be conducted by Ron Minitry, fine arts specialist for the Hampton City Schools.
Never wax floors have a protection layer that's so tough, it's like your feet never touch the floor. It's up to 5 times thicker than most inlaid floors, so only Mannington has a 10-year free floor guarantee. You wear it out, we'll replace it free. The toughest protection layer, the toughest guarantee. Mannington.
Also, we would like to say thank you to the cities of Newport News and Kecoughtan, York County, and Hampton University for allowing our teams to play on their facilities during the construction period. I'd also like to recognize the trustees of the stadium who are here tonight, Mr. Rodney Calkins is here with us. Judge Nelson Overton, I know his family is here. I don't think that Judge Overton is here with us. And also Mr. Frank Darling III, or J.F. Darling III, also a trustee, could not be with us tonight. But I would like to pay special tribute at this time to our city employees. Our city council has asked and demanded considerable money from our city employees in recent years, and their involvement in this stadium and making this stadium happen went way beyond the normal course of duty. And I speak on behalf of our entire council in saying really a heartfelt thanks and sincere appreciation to all of our city employees who worked so hard to bring this to fruition so that we could open tonight. Our invocation tonight will be given by the Reverend Aubrey J. Rosser. We feel it's very appropriate for Buddy Rosser to give the opening invocation for the stadium dedication tonight. Buddy was an all-state player at Hampton High School here on this field in 1945, and he is the current pastor at Memorial Baptist Church on Newport News Avenue, which is just a block away. Reverend Rosser.
Will you join me in prayer, please? Loving God, you are the author of good. We come to you on this eventful occasion to thank you for allowing the city of Hampton and the peninsula in general to be involved in a good thing as we participate in the opening of the new Darling Stadium. We want to express gratitude to all those who have contributed to this evening, the visionaries, the planners, the builders, the taxpayers, and the supporters. Oh God, we dedicate this facility for public use. May multitudes of people experience fun, enjoyment, wholesome competition, and personal satisfaction in line with the purpose of the dream come true. Lord God, tonight, as these two fine high school football teams, Hampton and Kecoughtan, begin a new era for Darling Stadium, help us to taste and see that you are good. In the Lord's name we pray, amen.
I would like to recognize my fellow council members who are with us here tonight. Vice Mayor Melvin Butler, Charlie Wernham, Brenda Wharton, Ed Knight, and Dr. Turner Spencer. Tonight is a special night. It's a special night in what has been a great year for the city of Hampton. Several years ago, our council pledged to make Hampton the most livable city in Virginia. We did not ignore the importance of economic vitality or service delivery, but began a larger focus on the programs and the projects relating to the quality of life. We put equal emphasis on the basic human needs and the facilities geared to recreation and leisure time activities. This week, every household in Hampton should have received our annual report. We encourage you to review this and learn more of the city's efforts. We particularly draw your attention to the 1989 openings. The old Charles Taylor Library, dedicated in January as our new arts center. The 9-acre park on the waterfront in Buck Road. The renovation of the Pembroke High School into a modern YMCA. Skateboard facility on Woodland Road. An outdoor basketball stadium at Eaton Middle School. The 27-hole golf course on Magruder Boulevard. The Senior Citizen Center on Kecoughtan Road. The Phoebus Branch Library and the 15-acre park adjacent to this stadium. All of these have been opened in 1989 for enjoyment by all of our citizens. We also encourage you to follow the progress of our new museum and the restoration of the carousel. It's with tremendous pride that we add the new Darling Stadium to this list. Yes, it is a quality of life project, but it is much more. Many things come together to form great cities. Undeniably, one of the most important is a sense of community pride and spirit. And make no mistake about it, Hampton has pride and spirit. and no doubt our history and heritage have been major contributors. But we feel the pride and the spirit have also been intensified by the success of the high school football programs. Through the years, many of our citizens have faithfully supported the teams. We have felt good about the young men and their victories, and in doing so boasted of our city. And in winning more than 500 games, Hampton High School has accomplished what few others in America have done. And recent successes by our other high schools have also been noteworthy. In planning this renovation, our council wanted to do the very best that we could to make this stadium a fitting tribute and a continuing inspiration to an activity that has played a large part in creating the city's major asset, pride and community spirit. And as we formally make the presentation to our school board, it's with a great deal of appreciation that we say that this stadium is for you, the many people who have played, coached, and supported high school football in Hampton. We recognize the impact that your actions have taken in making our city a great one. We hope that you are pleased, and we thank you, and for the school board, Chairman Pat Patrick.
Thank you. First, what I'd like to do is to recognize the other school board members that are here this evening with us. Ms. Judy Braithwaite, David Barr, Jimmy Griffin, and Cecil Phillips. On behalf of the school board, we're excited about the new Darling Stadium. It is just a fabulous addition, and we want to thank the City of Hampton, Mayor Eason, for all of their dedication to assisting the school board in the entire school system in promoting everything that we do. And this is a fine and excellent tribute to the athletes that will participate in this fine facility. So on behalf of the school board, we thank the city, and at the same time we want to say thank you to all of the citizens who have supported the city, the school system, and the city of Hampton in general. And at this time, I would like to recognize Mr. Robert Shuford, President of Old Point National Bank, and Mr. Bob Kennelly and Mr. Buzzy Dwyer. I believe they have a presentation to the Superintendent of the Hampton City Schools, Dr. Don Musselman.
Thank you. This stadium would not be complete without a new scoreboard, and Old Point National Bank is proud to put the finishing touches on this beautiful and great stadium. Superintendent Musselman, I would like to present our check in the amount of $12,000, which represents the full purchase price of the up-to-date, state-of-the-art scoreboard that you see displayed over here this evening. Please accept this check as a symbol of our confidence in our youth and our community pride. Thank you.
He's being modest. The Old Point National Bank, the staff asked us, how can we help? What can we do to help this become a reality, this stadium? I says, well, you remember the old scoreboard on top of Old Hampton High School, on top of Thorpe Junior High School? I think if we can have something that really symbolizes the state of the art, and they came forward with $12,000 to give us this scoreboard, and we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Now the Kecoughtan High School Band and Hampton High School Band will perform their respective fight songs from each school.
Now, you're up Printing is a full-service printer for your business. Gear Up specializes in printing for advertising, offers an art, design, service, and typesetting. At Gear Up Printing, you'll get super fast service and low prices, and free pickup and delivery. Gear Up is located at 2708 Build America Drive in Hampton. For your business printing needs, call 827-8277. Gear Up Printing will meet your deadline. Well, Bob, we got the school marching bands on the field, and we're going to have the fight songs performed by each of these school bands, and then we're going to have hopefully the ceremonial toss of the coin and get this game underway.
Yes. We're ready to go, Tim. I know that the teams are ready now. They've gone back and they've huddled, and so they've cooled down a little bit. So they're going to come back out. They'll do a little warm up before this game starts.
Stadium in Hampton, Virginia, WHCS Channel 29 presents Peninsula District Football. The Hampton Crabbers versus the Kecoughtan Warriors. I'm Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. Welcome to the new Darling Stadium for tonight's game between the 3-1 Hampton Crabbers and the 2-2 Kecoughtan Warriors. And Bob, some of your feelings on the game for tonight?
Well, it's going to be an excellent game, Tim. Kecoughtan is coming off of 2 nice wins. They started the season on a couple of sour notes, and they have put their act together, so to speak, and they're playing with a lot more confidence. They've won their last 2 games. As the Crabbers, on the other hand, they lost a game to Denby and came back strong. And I talked to Elvis Mann and I talked to Danny Mitchell this week. I couldn't get up with Coach Mike Smith, and I want to take a moment here to send him our condolences on his grandfather passing away, and he was out of town for a couple days. But they feel real good about this young team. They got a real good, strong personality, and they're learning all the time.
All right, we do want to make our fans aware of the fact that this game is supported by Hampton Chevrolet, Peninsula Screen Printing, by Billy James Company, and by Gear Up Printing. The 3-1 Hampton Crabbers are about set to burst on the field as you see them on the far side of the field. They are the visitors for this inaugural game in the Darling Stadium. And they will be looking to put a victory in their win column. This game is very important to both of these teams.
Well, it really is.
Race.
Both teams, Tim, are Division 6 teams, which means that they can only play in a Division 6 playoff. Hampton has been there for the last 4 years and many years beyond that. They are a power on the peninsula constantly, and it's the team that everybody shoots for. So when you come in like a Kecoughtan Warriors, well, you're going to let everything hang out, because this will be an upset if they can beat them.
All right now we're going down to the sidelines, and A.G. Womble.
All right, got Kurt Newsom, Kecoughtan coach. Kurt, lost the first 2 games, won the second 2. Big turnaround for the Warriors.
Yeah, we're playing better football now. We're not making the mistakes we were making early in the season, and we're playing sounder. Our quarterback's healthy, and we feel good about this football team right now.
What do you expect from the Crabbers tonight, Kurt?
Well, they're going to play sound football. I think you have to stop Monday when you talk about the passing game. When you talk about the running game, you have to stop Dwayne Murphy.
Quarterback Matthews having a good season also.
He's really improving. You can see him getting better each week in the game films, and he's a much better football player than he was the first game.
What about the Warrior game plan tonight, Kurt?
Well, we'd like to try to attack them a little bit defensively and take what they give us on offense and try to be patient.
What do you see as the key to the Warrior win tonight?
Trying to control the football, I think. We need to get about 55 snaps, or we need to keep the football and get some first downs and not give them good field position.
What about Darling Stadium here?
It's beautiful. We're real pleased, and we're just glad to have the opportunity to be the initial team to play here.
Good luck to you, Kurt.
Thank you.
Kurt Newsom.
Appreciate it.
So A.G. Womble had a chance to talk to Kurt Newsom about this big game. The Kecoughtan Warriors, as you mentioned, Bob, came out and lost the first game of the season in a big upset. They lost to Menchville, a team that they were not supposed to lose to. And then they had a tough game that they lost to Ferguson. So they really weren't blown out in either of those games. Kecoughtan lost 7-0 to Menchville and 13-6, so a touchdown either way. Kecoughtan could be 4-0 right now.
That's right. They could very well be 4-0. They played real well the second half against Ferguson and really got their game going, and they meet Bethel at a real bad field over at Hampton University and won that game, and they went over and beat a real good Norview team last week.
All right, let's go down to the field right now and watch the ceremony of introducing the captains from both teams.
Your officials for this evening's game, the referee, Kenny Shelf, the umpire, Don Hurst, the line judge, Tom Moore, line judge, Richard Hall, and the back judge, Eddie Reesback.
There you see our officials for the game. I'm not sure the fans could pick up those names.
Let me go over them real quick. The referee, the man will be doing all the talking, is Kenny Self. The umpire is Don Hurst. The lineman is Tom Moore. The line judge is Richard Rawls, and the back judge is Bernie Reesbeck.
Being completed by the Honorable Mayor of the City of Hampton, Dave Neeson.
There, of course, is Mayor Easel.
And he's the one that's going to flip the coin, I believe.
They come order that we get AG that interview like it's not for the minute.
So as you see, Hampton will receive to start the ball game. And before we continue with those ceremonies, let's now go to an interview AG conducted with head coach Mike Smith of the Hampton Crabbers.
We got Coach Smith. Coach lost to Denby the last two games, so Crabbers are on a roll.
Well, AG, I think we just turned the ball over too much that second ball game. Throwing the ball 6 times, and 5 of them were on first down. And really difficult to win. Can't hang on to the ball.
Mike, what about Kecoughtan tonight? They've turned their season around also.
Well, really, I think coming into the season, I thought Kecoughtan was the team to beat, and I still feel like they are. And that's the football team. Had an injury to the quarterback, probably the second play of the first ball game, and it really, I think, haunted them the first 2 games. He's healthy again, and they've played well the last 2 weeks. Defensively, they've played well all year. They haven't given up a lot of points. Like we did in the second ball game, I think the first 2 ball games they turned the ball over a lot. But they're definitely a good football, well-coached football team.
Aaron Matthews, a lot of confidence, a lot of leadership last couple ball games.
Well, I think he had it the whole time. Might have been pressed in the second ball game, and it certainly wasn't Aaron's fault we lost the second ball game. I think he's more comfortable now. He can do more things than he did earlier in the year.
All right, Mike, the new Darling Stadium, your thoughts on this beautiful facility?
Well, you know, it is a nice facility, and I think by the time it's completed, it's really going to be a credit to the city.
Mike, good luck to you tonight. Mike Smith.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, the Hampton Crabbers have taken the field. Let's run down the starting lineups for both teams very quickly.
All right, the Hampton Crabbers on offense. We got quarterback Aaron Matthews, running back is Cal Key, the fullback is Dwayne Murphy, the flanker Manny Mines. The ends are Gerzak and Mundy. The tackles are Kavanaugh and Riddick. The guards are Harmon and Wilson, and the center is Cherry.
And for the Crabbers on defense, the guards are Simmons and Riddick. The tackles, Thompson and Monday. The ends, Becknell and Billups. Wilson and Gerzak are the linebackers. The quarterbacks are Cassels and Mines. The safety is Matthews. The punter is Bailey, and the kicker is Gregory Dean.
And for the Kecoughtan Warriors on offense, quarterback will be Joe Buggs. The running backs, Johnson and Bowens. The wide receiver, Williams. The split end, Fluellen. The tight end, Thacker. Center, Brinkley. The guards are Heath and Thomas. Seward and Robinson are the tackles.
All right, we're set to go. We'll give you, there you see the defense. We'll run those down again as Kecoughtan will be on defense. They have kicked the ball, and we are underway from the 7-yard line. Out to the 24-25 yard line is Cal Key Jr. And the Crabbers will set up. If we can show the fans again the defense for the Kecoughtan Warriors, the last part of that lineup.
It is a good shot of one of the coaches over Kecoughtan. That's Mike Horton.
If we can get Kecoughtan's defense up there for just a minute. Well, we'll do that after this next play. Crabbers start 1st and 10 from their 24.
And they just went a simple dive off the left side. Kecoughtan's got a pretty tough defense, as we have seen them play a couple games this year already.
And there you see that tough defense. Brinkley and Alves are the ends. The tackles are Thomas and Robinson. The outside linebackers, Thacker and Bembry. Inside linebacker, Anderson and Heath. The corners are May and Williams. The safety is Fluellen. All right, a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 for the Crabbers. Aaron Matthews, the quarterback, pitches back to Dwayne Murphy. Peninsula District's leading rusher tries to turn the right side, gets good yardage, enough for a 1st down. Out across the 35, almost to the 40-yard line.
He got some good blocking on the right side. That was just what they used to call the old, just a full house sweep to the right side. He had to split end Monday on this side, so he spread the defense side a little bit.
It is, in fact, a 1st down as they mark the ball across the 39. We'll watch a replay. Murphy to the outside. Chased and finally tackled by Vince Thomas, number 70. But not before he gets the initial 1st down of the ball game, close to the 40-yard line. Tim Cole, Bob Hintz, and A.G. Wobble from the new Darling Stadium in downtown Hampton. Pitch again goes to Murphy. He fumbles the ball. Scramble for the football. Let's see who's got it. They say Kecoughtan has recovered.
I don't know how if he got hit or what happened on that fumble. Maybe we'll get that replay, but that ball went straight up in the air.
The last man off the pile is number 14, Chris May. So the Warriors get the first break of the ball game. We'll get a chance to see the replay on this.
Here we can see that replay. It's just a pitch right there, and the ball just really slipped out of his hand. He was changing sides of the ball and just lost the ball. Nice recovery.
From the 41 of Hampton, Bugs wants to pass, pumps, fakes, and throws into a crowd. It's almost picked off, as the intended receiver was Joe Fluellen, but there were no less than 5 Hampton Crabber defenders.
And Manny Mines, number 11, had a beat on that ball and almost intercepted it.
You know, as good as Kermit Bugs had played last year, he has had a very tough start this year. And to that effect, if I can elaborate on his statistics, he is 3 for 26 with 4 interceptions. He's thrown more completed passes to the other team.
Well, a little in his defense, he hurt his shoulder at the very first play of the very first game, and he right now is 100%. But you can see he's carrying the ball and did a flip on a tackle.
And he was upended very nicely over on the far side by Aaron Matthews, who's a great two-way starter for the Hampton Crabbers. And my point that I was not trying to belabor his lack of success. The point I wanted to make was Hampton better look out, because Kecoughtan is 2-2 and could be 4-0 without his effectiveness.
That's right.
He's due, and he's got a good start right now as Kecoughtan has their first down of the ball game inside the 30 at the 27-yard line.
Well, that was just a veer play where Kermit just kept the ball, and now he's going quarterback sneak right up the middle.
And we saw them use this effectively at Hampton University in that game a couple of weeks ago against the Bethel Bruins, where Bugs just kept the ball in the quarterback keeper, followed Heath and Brinkley. And
what he has to do first is drop the ball on the ground and pick it up. That's what happened over there, and then he went about 60 yards.
Well, that was the funny thing about it. Nothing funny to the Bethel Bruins, as I talked to Coach Kozlowski about that. He said they got beat by the busted play. It's bad enough the big play can beat you, but if it's a busted play, it really takes the starch out. Gain of 5 on that last play on a quarterback keeper, 2nd down and 5. Ball is marked at the 18 of Hampton. Or checked at the 23, rather.
Well, they have a delay of game, and I thought that's what might happen. One of the Warriors was coming off the field, and then we had to go back on, and they were a little late getting that play called, so that'll bring it back 2nd and long.
Delay a game, offense, still 2nd down.
And there's a good shot of the referee, Kenny Self.
minutes and 11 seconds remains here in the first quarter. We have no score. Kecoughtan on the turnover have got the ball at the 28-yard line. Straight power up the middle.
Right here.
And we got late.
Number 1. Dead ball foul. Dead ball foul. Personal foul.
There you heard Kenny Self as he had his mic open that whole time, and you heard him. The dead ball foul against the Hampton Crabbers. Someone took an extra hit after the whistle.
Well, that's something that you don't want to do if you're one of the if you're Hampton Crabbers. You stopped them. You had 3rd and long. And the foul was called on JoJo Becknell. Now, JoJo Becknell and Curtis Wilson both played for Kecoughtan last year, so there's a little, maybe a little animosity there, trying to prove yourself. But that was uncalled for.
Defense, half the distance, first down.
So it is a first down for the Kecoughtan Warriors. They are trying to avenge a 28-point loss at the hands of these Hampton Crabbers last season. Nick Bowen gets the call. He goes inside the 10-yard line. It is, in fact, a situation where the Warriors can, in fact, get a first down without scoring. It is not a first and goal, as
it looks like they can get down to about the 1.5-yard line and pick up their first down.
Pick up of 4 on that last play, almost 4. Let's call it a 2nd down and 6 for the Warriors. 8:30 remaining here in the first quarter, no score. Quarterback keeps the ball. He faked initially to Kevin Johnson.
What the Veer offense is designed to do is you got 3 choices. You ride the fullback or the dive man into the line, then the quarterback can either keep the ball, turn up, or pitch to the wide man. So what the defense has got to do is got to put pressure on him and make him make the decision prematurely.
Ball is marked right inside the 8-yard line. Pitch back. This is May racing for the corner. He does not get in, but he will have he will in fact have a 1st and goal inside the 1.
Well, that was a great tackle by Manny Mines, number 11, to keep him out of the end zone, but it's going to be hard to keep the Warriors out now because they got a 1st and goal on the 1-foot line.
Here you see the replay. This was an excellent job of blocking by the Kecoughtan line. They faked into the line. Pitch came to May. He tried to he had a good shot at that corner, but a good job, as you mentioned. Look at May, or rather Mines, fight the block and keep him from going in. Hugs, quarterback keeper, touchdown.
Well, that's what you have to be. You've got to be a spoiler. You have to take advantage of any mistakes made by the other team. Hampton coughed the ball up in their end of the field. Kecoughtan took it down and scored. But they were aided by a 15-yard penalty, which was a big turning point because it had been 3rd and long and meant a passing situation.
On to try the extra point will be Alex Kentsios. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. K-A-N-T-S-I-O-S.
That sounds good to me.
Kentsios. And our statistician, Jerry Zomplis, tells us that drive took 5 plays. It was 40 yards. And they consumed 2 minutes and 55 seconds. Timeout has been called. One thing we didn't get a chance to do when we were running down these lineups were the coaching staffs, and I'll do Kecoughtan if you want to do Hampton.
I'll be glad to.
Kurt Newsom is the head coach at Kecoughtan. He is assisted by Mike Horton, Revis Conrad, Tyrus Runnard, and Al Morrow. And the athletic director is Johnny Pauls. The principal is Dennis Gilligan.
Coaches over at Hampton is head coach Mike Smith, assisted by Danny Mitchell, Alvis Mann, Walter Brower, Lanny Franklin, Woodrow Wilson, Simon Gupton, Kenny Gilliam. The principal over there is Lowell Thomas, and the AD is Trish Mitchell.
Right over here somewhere.
I believe our referee has his mic open again. At any rate, Kentsios will try the extra point. And now we've got flags and whistles. The extra point try was not down.
No, it will not go because it was prior to the snap, so the ball is dead. They'll move it about a half the distance, which is about 1.5 yards, because it's encroachment against the Kecoughtan against the Hampton Crabbers.
A huge throng of people still trying to get into the stadium.
Defense, half the distance to the goal line. We do the try over.
So the newness of the stadium undoubtedly contributing to the inability for the fans to get in. There's an awful lot of people still trying to get into this game. And the fans and the stands are filling rapidly. Bad snap, but a good hold by Chris May. It's up and it's good. So Chris May was so instrumental in that drive, we could almost give him credit for that score. He recovered the fumble. He set up the touchdown with a long run down to the 1-yard line, and then on a snap that came to his far right side, he had to grab the ball, put it back in front of him for the kicker to make it good. So Chris May has been very instrumental in this initial drive.
Well, this is one thing that the Kecoughtan had trouble with the first of the year. They turned the ball over. Now they are receiving a turnover, so this is something new to them, but they took advantage of it, took it down, and made the score. That's what makes a good team. Take advantage of the mistakes made by your opponent. See number 22 getting ready to kick off for the Crabbers.
Sean Holleran has the ball teed up for the Warriors. Back deep will be, again, Cal Key standing inside the 10-yard line. Let's see if they kick it to him or away from him. It'll be fielded by Key at the 15. Key out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And now the Crabbers, finding themselves trailing 7-0, will have the ball for the second time at their 34-yard line. Crabbers coming into this game averaging more than 27 points a game while allowing just a little more than 7 points per game. On the other side of that ledger,
of the kickoff here, where Cal Key just takes the ball right up the middle, and he puts his head down and picks up a couple more yards, but he is met by 2 Kecoughtan Warriors.
Chris May again. Chris May is all over the field as Dwayne Murphy is all over the field. He picks up a first down for the Crabbers.
He got some excellent blocking on that left-hand side, and then once he got through the line of scrimmage, nifty piece of running.
Murphy has 530 yards on the season to lead the Peninsula District. That's through 4 games. He's averaging almost 7 yards every time he carries the football. He got more than his average that time as he brought it out to the 47-yard line. 13-yard gain on the play. Matthews fakes, wants to throw, has a man wide open at the 40-yard line. All the way down to the 33-yard line.
Well, that's Manny Mines who made that nice tackle down there to stop the initial move in for the touchdown, but he was wide open. But Aaron Matthews has really got a lot of confidence in his passing game, and this is what Alvis Mann was telling me. The young man has really got some confidence, and he's throwing the ball like they know he can.
Here we go. We can watch the replay here. He's got a lot of time. Matthews had plenty of time. There you see, he got into the seam there right between the defenders, and Mines did a good job. Nice move there to pick up an extra yard or 2. First down again for the Crabbers. They're second at the 33-yard line. Right side run is Dwayne Murphy. Check that.
He is stopped on the play by number 70, Vince Thomas.
I didn't see who got the ball. I don't think it was Dwayne Murphy,
no,
though.
In fact, it was Mines who got the ball. I was watching Murphy.
Manny Mines, number 11, his dad was a great football player over Bethel High School when I first started coaching over there. It's nice to see he's carrying on the tradition of his daddy.
Quarterback keeper is going to get the first down for the Crabbers at the 20-yard line. 9-yard pickup on the previous play by Mines, and now this time.
Well, I was listening to the Kecoughtan Warriors talk the other day, and they said that Hampton has a very big persistency of when they end third down, that they're never at 5 yards or more. It's always less, that they very seldom get to a third down. They're picking up the first down on the first 2 carries.
First down at the Kecoughtan 20. This is Murphy, bottled up at the line of scrimmage on a good effort by the defensive middle line of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Murphy got 1 yard. On that play that I was confused by, I was watching Murphy. There was a kind of a maze of players there. What happened was Matthews threw the ball to Mines for a 9-yard gain. That's what the play was, and I lost track.
Like a real short, quick screen over there.
Yep.
The basic tackler on that last play was a young man by the name of David Heath that you and I have seen quite a bit of for the Warriors. He's the inside linebacker.
Gain of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 for the Crabbers. Matthews again wants to pass. Throws for the corner. Got a man open, and he's got a touchdown!
If you got a man as tall as Aaron Mundy, you put the ball up, and nobody can go up as high as he can. That was number 1 for the Warriors, who tried to defend against him, Mike Williams, and Mike Williams is only 5'9", and he almost gives up a foot. He gives up 10 inches.
Matthews did a great job of laying that ball right in his hands, too. He knew he had that height advantage.
Yes, he did.
And he used it. On the try will be Greg Dean for the extra point. The kick is up. The right-footed kicker is true to the mark.
Well, that shows you something about this Hampton Crabber team. They didn't stop when they got scored on. They came down, and I don't know how many plays they ran, but they came from about, it looked like almost 70 yards.
Here you see a replay of the touchdown.
Now watch how Mundy goes up and concentrates on catching this ball. Just does an excellent job. The young man actually gets a touch of it, I believe, right? He just gets a little hand on it, but Mundy concentrates and catches that ball. Just an excellent job. Excellent camera work. Joe down there in the slow motion booth did super.
That was a great
eat your
job.
heart out, ABC.
Really, great job all the way around. That was a 66-yard drive on 5 plays. So Hampton did what they had to do. They came right back after losing that fumble and giving up the touchdown. They came right back and got one of their own. So this game has started off like a barn burner. And one of the greatest games I ever saw at Darling Stadium was a game between Kecoughtan and Hampton back in the late 60s. The very first time Kecoughtan ever beat them. That was the night that Coach Hathaway got a real cold shower down at Buckrow Beach. See, they threw him.
No, that wasn't Coach Hathaway. It was Coach Green.
Green.
I think it was Coach Green jumped off the pier.
Is that what it was?
That's right.
I remember a coach. My sister was going to Kecoughtan at the time, and she said they took the coach down there.
All the coaches.
Yeah. From the 8-yard line. Out close to the 30. Number 10 returning the ball is Alan Reed.
I tell you, this is the kind of game that you love seeing, but you look at both ends and you see the people lined up to get in. This place would be packed with standing room only if the people could get in. They're just slow coming through the gates.
There must be 200 or 300, 400 people outside. Here you watch the replay of the return by Reed. Kecoughtan will start from their 29. Bugs gives to Kevin Johnson. Johnson's got good yardage out across the 40.
Well, we're seeing a lot of offense tonight. That was a draw play or a delay. Bugs went back like he was going to pass and handed off to Wilson, and he just took it right. Good job, right up the middle.
Actually, it was Johnson.
Kevin Johnson, number 5.
They've marked the ball just short of the 40-yard line. And there's some momentary delay. There you see a shot of the people. That's to the stands to our right. And there's an equal situation to the left. So a lot of people still trying to get in the ball game tonight. I'm not sure. I really don't have any reason for the fact that they're having such a time getting in.
Well, I don't. Maybe because of the parking, a lot of them had to park across the street and walk. But the only place you can enter this stadium is at the ends.
The momentary delay is because of some problem with the yard markers, the chain. They're trying to get that worked out. It looks like they may have brand new 10-yard chains for this.
Well, the ball is just at the 40-yard line of the Warriors. That was a nice run by Kevin Johnson. Good blocking off that left side for the Warriors.
Fred Brown has checked in to replace Aaron Matthews in that secondary for the Crabbers. This is a pass in the flat. Joe Fluellen out close to the 50-yard line. It'll be a little short of the first down, but again, a good substantial gain for the Warriors. A gain of almost 10, but let's call it 2nd down and 1.
Well, that was Manny Mines on the tackle. That was just a real quick screen. Manny Mines dropped off as he stepped back to throw the ball. Manny was looking at wasn't looking at quarterback and just gave Joe Fluellen too much room. And you got to tackle him at the feet, the legs. You can't tackle him up high.
2nd and short. Kevin Johnson gets the call. He has the first down as they cross midfield into Hampton territory at the 49. Kevin Johnson coming into this game, 29 carries for a little more than 200 yards. He averages 7 yards plus every time he carries the football. So Kevin Johnson's having a good season for himself. At the 49-yard line, first down for the Warriors. That is their 5th first down. 4 of those coming on the ground. Left side, Chris May off to about the 46 of Hampton.
Well, if you're Hampton defensively, you've got to stop this Warrior first down. They're picking up a lot of yardage on their first down. That's the first time that they've only picked up maybe about 3 yards, but they've been picking up almost a first down every time they've run the first down play.
And you know, Coach, that when you can pick up 8 or 9 yards on your first down, then you know you've got a lot more mobility on what you call. When we're 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8, you got certain plays you have to call. But you get 8 or 9 yards on your first down call, really opens up your offense. And boy, you talk about opening up the offense. Alan Reed burst right through the line and got a first down for the Warriors.
And it looked like to me that Kermit may have checked off at the line of scrimmage. He may have called that play at the line of scrimmage because there was a hole that young man popped through.
Don't forget, AG,
watch this on the replay. It's just looks like a quick trap on the left-hand side. And it is just a cross block. The center and the right guard just changed men and cross-blocked and opened up a nice hole.
Another first down for the Warriors. This is Kevin Johnson. He's got some running room as he crosses the 35. Over there to make the stop for the Crabbers, among others, was Adrian Billups, number 10. Pickup of 3 for the Warriors. 1:54 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 7-7. We're glad you've joined us here on Channel 29. I'm Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and our roving reporter on the sidelines, A.G. Womble, as he'll have some interesting interviews for us. Pass to Mike Williams for a gain of about 5. Mark it inside the 30 at about the 29.
Well, number 11, Manny Mines was in on that tackle again. They're working on him over there. They've put a lot of pressure on his side.
A chance to watch it again. You're coming into this game, interestingly enough, the Crabbers secondary, in fact the entire team, has but 1 interception in 4 games. There you see the pass in the flat.
And JoJo Becknell was one of the people who got over there, and the Warriors have to call their second timeout, and they've already used 2 timeouts, and we had just got into not even out of the first quarter yet.
All right, AG, I understand Mr. Womble, is he ready for us?
Yes, he's got somebody down there he's getting ready to talk to.
Tim?
Yes, AG.
Tim, we got Buzz Dwyer, Vice President of Old Point National Bank. Buzz also played football here in Hampton. Buzz, what about this exciting first quarter?
Tell you what, it's a real competitive ball game, AG, and it's a real thrill for me being a former player and a coach here in Hampton. I'm always excited to go to Hampton football games, and I think the stadium is beautiful. I think the mayor, the city council, and the city government, Bob O'Neill, all should be congratulated on a fantastic job.
Bob, the school division certainly appreciates that state-of-the-art scoreboard at Old Point was so graciously donated to the Hampton School Division, this stadium.
Well, AG, we were more than happy to do it, and we feel like the school system has been very good to us. It's our part in the community to make a contribution, and we're just thrilled to death about it.
Well, it's been a few years, but you played here at Darling Stadium. Would you be like to be out there tonight?
Tell you what, I don't know. I'd like to be out there in my mind, but I don't think my body would agree.
All right, Buzzy, thanks a lot. Buzzy Dwyer.
Thank you, A.G.
Tim?
All right, A.G., thank you for that. 58 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Kevin Johnson gets the call on the 3rd and 2, and it would appear that he's going to be short of the first down. He needed to get to the 27 exactly, and
it looks like he's about a yard short.
Mark it at
but
the 28.
As well as they're moving the ball, they're going to go for it. They're not going to punt it, and I think it's too far for the field goal because that would put up about a 47-yarder, 45-yarder, and that's a long field goal for high school. You got to be careful here. If you get in tight, you'll let them pop through.
Kermit Buggs on the quarterback keeper, depending on where they mark that ball.
Well, it's going to be close, but just as your first chance of being Eagle Eye here at Darling Stadium, Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, thanks a lot. I'm going to say he's got it.
I think he's going to measure because it's close. Because of the spot.
It's close, but if they just checked with me, they wouldn't have to do that.
Tim?
Yes, A.G.
I think you got it by about 3 inches.
Uh-oh, well, you're right down there eyeballing that.
They're going to bring the chains across. That'll give us a chance to remind you there's 16 seconds left here in the first quarter. If you joined us late, Kecoughtan recovered a Hampton fumble. There you see the first down recorded by the Kecoughtan Warriors. They recovered a Hampton fumble and scored on the ensuing drive, and then Hampton took the kickoff. Good call, A.G. Hampton took the kickoff and returned it the other way, all the way for 66 yards, and we're knotted up at 7 here in the first ball game to be played in the brand new, yet to be completed, Darling Stadium. Tell you, it's a nice evening to be up here, though. Great night for football.
Beautiful evening, and how about these lights? Would they illuminate this field?
I guarantee you, don't look up at the lights and then try and look down the field. They are so bright.
We got the end of the first quarter.
All right, and with 1 quarter completed here, our score after 12 minutes. The Hampton Crabbers 7, the Kecoughtan Warriors 7. We'll return with more after this message from Peninsula Screen Printing.
Since 1972, Peninsula Screen Print has been providing the Peninsula with custom imprinted caps, jackets, sweatwear, and athletic uniforms. Now, a full line of promotional items such as cups, mugs, visors, pens, and frisbees are available to help your business, club, school, or special event get your message across. Also specializing in adult and youth team sports, Peninsula Screen Print has become the leader by offering such brand names as Bike, Sandknit, Hanes, and Screen Stars Best at wholesale prices. In-house graphic artists and screen printing afford us the opportunity to provide custom logos and art to meet your design needs. From the art room to specialized screen making to the finished product, we have the facilities to meet your deadline. Located in the Old Fox Hill section of Hampton, see us this week for personalized service or phone 850-2244 for more information. Peninsula Screen Print, your one-stop walking advertisement shop.
Channel 29, WHCS TV.
Action. Kecoughtan with the ball down inside the 20 of Hampton, almost to the 15-yard line.
And almost a first down.
They're going to mark it up. Well, let's see. Are they going to bring the chain out or not? Yeah, I believe they are. So it's close enough for a measurement. It's another first down for the Kecoughtan Warriors. 11:47 remaining here in the first half. 19-yard line. Kecoughtan with the football. Bugs back to pass, has time, throws in the corner, and it's knocked away on a great defensive effort by the Hampton player.
That's number 2, Aaron Matthews, who's the quarterback.
Actually, I don't mean to correct you, but that was number 8. Tarek Cassels was back defending on.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Cassels did a great job. He was defending against number 2, who was Joe Llewellyn. River said get a chance to watch it again. This is exactly the same play that Hampton scored on. Watch this extra effort to reach up there. Cassels just got a hand on it just at the last second.
Yeah, excellent job.
Second down and 10. In the flat. Good job to get away from the defender. Mike Williams.
Oh, I tell you, we're seeing a different Joe Bugs out there tonight throwing that ball. He is throwing that with a lot of confidence in the way we saw him throw it last year.
That's exactly right. That was my point earlier, is he's so due, you can't keep a man like him down this long, and he's been so far overdue that you know he had to have a good ball game. First and goal at the Hampton 5. This is Nick Bowen pushed back as he got to the 4-yard line.
Well, they may mark that closer to the 3.
Number 20, Nick Bowen, carrying the ball for the Warriors. He is stopped by the Crabbers, number 10, Adrian Phillips on the play.
And it looks like Hampton is going to call a timeout.
After a gain of 2 yards on the play, there is a timeout on the field called by the Hampton Crabbers.
So 11:02 remains here in the first half. We're tied up at 7 apiece. This drive so far has consumed 13 plays. Just to give you some first quarter statistics for the Kecoughtan Warriors, they were paced by 22 yards by Bugs on 5 carries, 18 yards for Kevin Johnson. Chris May had 19 yards and 11 yards for Reed. And we'll return with more action after this timeout and a message from Hampton Chevrolet.
Listen to the heartbeat. There's really something to sing about here at Hampton Chevrolet Jeep Eagle. You pay what we pay the factory. Actual dealer invoice, plus up to $1,000 factory rebate to you on every Hampton Chevrolet and Hampton Geo new 1989 car and truck, and every new 1989 Hampton Jeep Cherokee. Yes, you can at Hampton Chevrolet Geo Jeep Eagle, 2 blocks east of I-64 on Mercury Boulevard.
Kermit Bugs on the quarterback keeper, almost lost the football, had some trouble on the exchange from the center, bobbled it momentarily, but was able to hold on to it thanks to his good hands, and trying to tear the ball away from him was Rodney Riddick, number 74 for the Crabbers. He got an arm on him, and he almost got the ball loose.
Almost knocked it loose. He was fumbling the ball, and I'm not sure if it was on the exchange from the center or the fake dive to the back up the middle.
Loss of maybe a half a yard on the play. It's 3rd and goal inside the 4. Kevin Johnson gets the fake. The pitch goes to Bowen, and he scores. Nick Bowen.
What a nice move by Joe Bugs. Went down the right side, had a tackler grabbing a hold of his feet when he pitched the ball to number 20. I'm sorry, that was number 20
Kevin
for the
Bowen.
Kecoughtan Warriors. Nick Bowen.
Alex Cancios will try the extra point. It's up and it's good. So So the Warriors take 15 plays. They go 71 yards, take up 6 minutes and 39 seconds, and they go on top 14-7. I'm impressed with Kecoughtan so far in this ballgame.
Well, they are looking much better than we have seen them. They started playing much better at the end of the second half of the Ferguson game, and of course we didn't get to see them when they played a good Norview team. Played Norview, beat them good, and then made some mistakes in the fourth quarter to make the score close. But this Kecoughtan team is to be reckoned with. The coaching staff over there with Kurt Newsom has done an excellent job.
Well, they have the one thing going for them in this game that we have not seen, and that's a consistent offense so far.
Yes.
And they're doing it against
a healthy
good
Joe
defense.
Buck.
And they're doing it against a good Hampton defense. So this game is shaping up to be a real tough one as Kecoughtan has regained the lead 14-7. Kick is taken by Mines at the 5-yard line. Danny Mines looks to go outside, but nothing happening. Over there to make the stop for the Warriors was Aaron Hendrickson, number 16, to make sure Manny Mines' attempt to go outside did not materialize.
You can see the crowd. This place is just packed tonight, and people still trying to get in.
Yeah, here it is into the second quarter, and we still have fans trying to get into the stadium itself. You watch the replay. There you see Mines. He almost got outside, but good, sure hands by the Kecoughtan defender kept him from doing so. From the 22-yard line, the Crabbers trailing by 7. Aaron Matthews gives off up the middle.
And that looked like Dwayne Murphy.
That's exactly who it was, Dwayne Murphy on the carry. Kecoughtan has controlled the ball quite well. Murphy now with 4 carries for a total of 31 yards in the first half. He averages over 130 yards per game. Get a chance to watch it again here. You'll see Murphy take the handoff on the straight running play, and he almost broke through there, but again, good tackling by the Kecoughtan Warriors. On the end around, Brian Gerzak. Big Brian Gerzak does not go down easily. Finally, it takes a swarming tackle by Kecoughtan.
Well, it took a lot of people to bring him down. He was running over people, knocking them down. What a nice run, but what determination by the Warriors.
First down recorded by Gerzak.
36-yard line.
It looked like he may be tackled in the backfield, but he broke that tackle and then ran over a couple people before he got hog-tied by about 5 Warriors.
That's the 6th first down in the first half for the Crabbers. 4 of them coming on the ground. They have yet to record they do have 2 by pass running.
And that's that quick pass to Manny Mines again on the left-hand side, right over there in front of the Crabber bench.
Mines steps out of bounds, stopping the clock with 8:29 to go in the first half. 14-7, Kecoughtan on top. Ball is marked at the Hampton 41-yard line. It'll be second down and about 5 for the Crabbers.
They split Manny Mines over to the right side this time.
And Aaron Monday goes wide to the left. Matthews fakes, wants to pass, has plenty of time. He did, in fact, hand off. He faked me out. I was watching Matthews all the way, and he gave to, in fact, Dwayne Murphy.
And that was just a delay or a draw play that picked up a couple 3 yards, brings up what looks like about a 3rd and 2. And there's a shot of the Crabber bench.
You may wonder why that picture looks so shaky.
Well, that's the bleachers. The kids are pounding their feet, and we're feeling it. I don't know if you can feel it at home or not.
3rd and 2. Matthews stopped short of the first down. He faked to Murphy, and then he was stopped short of the first down on a good defensive effort by number 71, Tony Alves of the Kecoughtan Warriors. So now the Crabbers will be looking at a 4th down and a long one, make almost 2. What do you do, Coach?
Well, you're going to punt. You got to punt. You can't turn the ball over here for the Kecoughtan They're playing with a lot of confidence. What you got to do is get your defense to stop them. Their defense stopped you. You got to stop them.
Bailey checks in the ball game in deep punt formation, averaging 30+ per game. Got a good kick away this time. Takes a Hampton roll and goes out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. No flags down.
Bailey's punt rolls out of bounds at Kecoughtan High School.
Only 3 penalties have been called so far in the ball game. A 5-yarder against Kecoughtan and a 5 and a 15 against the Hampton Crabbers. So Kecoughtan now will have possession again with 7:08 remaining in the first half, and they have a 7-point lead. The parity in the Peninsula District continues as we have seen it from the very opening game of the season. Bugs, hands off.
And that was the first time that Kecoughtan hasn't picked up any yardage. In fact, they may have lost a little bit. Depends on where this mark is. Yeah, it looks like they lost maybe about half a yard.
Chris May was the ball carrier for the Warriors. Well, in fact, they will.
They picked up some yardage.
Yeah, they're going to give them about a yard, maybe 2.
I was watching the down mark over there, and he didn't know what side of the stick to go on.
So it's 2nd down and a little more than 11.
A little more than 9 or 8.
Excuse me, 8. I went the other way too. Yeah, not much happening for the Warriors on offense that time. They may have gotten another yard.
Well, when you're down deep in your own end zone and you're down within the 20-yard line, well, that takes a lot of the plays away from you that you may have been playing before. Those passes out to the flat and all, which are kind of a high-risk offense. You kind of get a little more conservative when you got your goal line to your back.
3rd down for the Warriors. 3rd and about 5. Bugs on the option play. Pitches to Nick Bowen and a good open field tackle by, again, number 8, Cassels.
He's playing a great game at that defensive back. And I believe they call that the cornerback where he's playing. Yes, he's playing the cornerback, him and mine.
There was a penalty flag on the play. The Warriors are guilty of illegal motion or illegal
shift. You're not going to take it if you're Hampton. You're going to make them punt the ball.
I thought that the running back lifted up from the 3-point stance a little bit before the ball was snapped, and that's exactly what they caught. Let's see if we can pick it up on the replay here.
Illegal motion.
No, I guess we won't.
On the offense, decline, 4th down.
As you said, and of course they would, in fact, decline it. Dustin Farr, standing inside his 10-yard line, will be in deep punt formation. He averages about 30 yards per kick. Gets a low kick away. Fielded by Aaron Matthews. And the quarterback, defensive player for the Hampton Crabbers, who does it all.
Well, that was not a real smart move on Aaron Matthews. He had a Crabber waiting for the ball to come down and could have caused a fumble. You have to let everybody play, and on being a quarterback, you want to try to do a little more than sometimes than what you should. But it didn't end up in a problem. But you can see he runs right over in front of another Hampton Crabber.
First down at the 44. Hampton with good field position. This is Dwayne Murphy. Murphy gets to the outside, has one man to beat and cannot get around him.
And that's Joe Fluellen, number 2 for the Warriors. And he is a good tackler, good open field tackler, and that's why you got him playing safety. What a nice quick opener. And how many yards was that, Coach? 22 yards. Wow.
Down to the 22. So Murphy now for the evening so far with 56 yards on 6 carries. Crabbers trailing by a touchdown. Matthews on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get extra yardage. He goes down, but not before he gets to the 15-yard line. Well, they mark it at the 16. So a gain of almost 7 on the play by Matthews. Matthews didn't look like he was going to get all that much, and then all of a sudden he did a good job to get outside.
Yeah, you see here on the replay, he really gets a lot of it on his own. Breaks right through, broke a couple tackles. and almost picked up some extra yardage, but they said his knee hit the ground.
This is Murphy. Murphy struggles close to a first down.
And number 32 in there blocking for Murphy that time is James Shepard. Just a footnote on that young man. He is the SCA president over in Hampton. So he's got some extracurricular activities besides football.
The clock has been stopped here with 4:06 remaining. Now they restarted as they set the yard marker. It brings up a third down and less than a yard for the Crabbers. Play coming in from the sidelines, I do believe, was brought in by Cal Key, number 20. So the running backs will be Key and Murphy. To the near side comes Gerzak, and Mines sets up to the far left side in the flanker position. That's who's going to get the pass. Mines with blockers in front of him, still on his feet. And he's down inside the 5. It'll be first and goal for the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, if you are Kecoughtan, that is not what you're expecting. When you have a third and very short, you look for a quick hitter up the middle or a quarterback sneak, not a pass out to the flat, a quick screen pass. Look at this on the replay. Just an excellent call. Nice throw by Matthews. He gets some good blocking out in front by Aaron Mundy as one of them out there, and quite a few blockers, but they're inside the 5.
10-yard gain on the play. That's 63 yards for Aaron Matthews here in the first half. Dwayne Murphy, touchdown.
No, Murphy didn't have the ball. Aaron Matthews kept it and got thrown for a loss.
Well, I tell you, I cannot keep up with it at all. I saw Murphy go into the end zone and even go up to celebrate.
Right, he should have had the ball. They should have handed him the ball. That was a play I know he'd like to have back, but he lost about a yard on the play.
I apologize. I took the fake and went all the way in the end zone with that one, folks. Let me wipe this egg off my face here. Matthews had got me faked out. I swear, I thought Murphy was in the end zone.
Well, the cameras were watching Murphy too, so you were by yourself. I caught that, though. That's one of the few that I caught.
Second down and goal at the 5. Matthews looking to pass. Floats that pass too tall even for Mundy.
And that was just an alley-oop pass that they throw to Mundy because nobody else will go up as high as him. But if you're going to throw an alley-oop, you got to get it to him and not way over his head.
That was Aaron Matthews' first incompleted pass, as he had been 5 for 5. And with that one goes 5 for 6 for 63 yards.
This is a tough little pass. You just got a little touch on it. It just went too high over Aaron Mundy, but that was a good call. But now we got a third down, and what is that, about 4?
Third and goal at the 5. Pass to Mines. Mines will not get in. He stopped at the 3. Over there, among others, was number 72. That is Chris Brinkley for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Well, Hampton will probably call a timeout here, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Mike Smith is going to go out and talk to him because now Kecoughtan defense really came up strong and stopped them when they got inside that 5. And if they can hold the Crabbers here, that will give them a lot of momentum going into the halftime because there's only 2 minutes to go.
While we have this timeout, let me make mention of the fact that Gear Up Printing is a full-service printer for your business. Gear Up specializes in printing for advertising, offers an art and design service, and typesetting. At Gear Up Printing, you'll get super fast service and low prices, and of course, free pickup and delivery. Gear Up is located at 2708 Build America Drive in Hampton. For your business printing needs, call 827-8277. Gear Up Printing will meet your deadline. There you see the Kecoughtan Warriors huddled up here. 2:05 remaining in the first quarter. This has been one of the best games we've seen in a long time. This game has been exciting from the very get-go, as surprisingly the offense has outshone the defense for both sides of the field.
Well, you can see a good shot of the Kecoughtan crowd, and this is the Kecoughtan sideline that we're looking at right now. But Hampton is going to go for it.
And there are still people trying to get in here with 2 minutes to go before the half. Aaron Matthews as well as James Shepard in the backfield for the Crabbers. In the corner, wide open, touchdown.
And that was a nice call and a nice pass. And you throw it to a man that's got excellent hands, and Aaron Monday. And we got a hurt player on the field. I can't see who it is. One of the Kecoughtan Warriors seems to be hurt a little bit. I hope it's not serious.
There you see the score. Hampton will have the try for extra point, but of course they will attend to the injured player first.
Well, that play took 3 seconds. Watch the replay here. It's just a quick pass. Aaron Mundy is wide open, and a nice pass from Aaron Matthews.
Again, that height advantage really pays off.
Well, he got kind of a screen. He was the second man to go into that area, so he was really not the first man. So the defender picked up the first man through, and he was wide open. He come out of a tight end slot that time, I believe.
Our statistician, Jerry the Z, tells us that took 3 minutes and 27 seconds, 44 yards on 8 plays. The touchdown, a 5-yard pass to Aaron Monday, the second of the evening from Aaron Matthews. And we're happy to tell you that a very valuable player for the Kecoughtan Warriors is coming off the field under his own power. That's Chris Brinkley, the big 6 foot, 240-pound senior, who is a most important part of this Kecoughtan High School football
Well, you can see he's big as the coach. and the coach, Rivas Conrad's no small fella.
Greg Dean on to try the extra point out of Matthews' hold. It's up, it's long enough, and it's good. So we're knotted up at 14. And with a timeout on the field, our score, Hampton 14, Kecoughtan 14. Will return after this message from Billy James Company.
Only Mannington Never Wax floors have a protection layer that's so tough, it's like your feet never touch the floor. It's up to 5 times thicker than most inlaid floors, so only Mannington has a 10-year free replacement guarantee.
And now save 20% on 150 selected Mannington Never Wax floors during our Decorators Sale. Buy now and save, and you'll be walking on air.
Billy James, who owns that company, is a graduate of Hampton High School and a supporter of not only the Hampton Crabbers, but the Hampton school system in general. And we want to thank Billy James for all the help he's given us.
7 out of 8 passes for Aaron Matthews in the first half, 67 yards total. He's only missed 1. That was that pass a little too tall for Aaron Monday, but he made up for that with the touchdown.
Come right back to the man, didn't he?
Greg Dean has it in the air. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2 Warriors struggle for it at the 10. Alan Reed returned the ball for the Warriors. Believe it or not, Bob, there are still people trying to get in here. They've got them lined up at both entrances, still trying to get in. About a full house here.
Oh, there really is. I see an old Kecoughtan Warrior down there who used to kick off and play football for me over at Buckle Junior High School. Gary Shackelford and his wife and family are here, as a lot of people at this game. This is just tremendous. You like to see these crowds.
Buggs gets the pressure, but gets away. Kermit Buggs finally brought down close to the 40-yard line, so Buggs made a good effort out of the busted play.
He did it. I thought he was tackled back there for a loss, and he just escaped two tacklers. He did a good job. He's got very quick feet, but his time is moving. He's 1:15 and counting.
Pickup of 7 on the play. 2nd down and 3 for the Warriors. Buggs still has the football. Got a man behind the defense. Mike Thacker.
We got a flag thrown late. I don't know exactly what the flag was thrown for. But what a pass and catch.
From Kermit Buggs.
Kermit Buggs looked everybody he was looking at was to the left and at the last split second, he turned around, looked to the right, and threw the ball to the right. An unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Warriors. Now, this gives me a chance to bring in, here we can see this nice pass, and he was wide open. With the new rule, the penalty will be played.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike.
It will be called now against the Warriors, I believe.
But as I said, the important thing, of course, is does the touchdown stand? And I believe the answer to that is yes. So
that'll make your extra point loom real big, because now they're going to have to go from the, what's that, about the 18-yard line.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike on the green team. They're going to go for the try from the 18.
And he will attempt a long extra point from the 26 to make a 36-yarder.
A 62-yard touchdown pass. Thacker caught it at about the 25 and ambled in as he got behind that Crabber defense. And Kecoughtan has regained the lead. As you said, Bob, the 35-yard extra point try. And this will not go at all as the ball goes through the hands of Chris May. And Kecoughtan will not get the extra point, but they will in fact have a 6-point lead. Just 2 plays, 68 yards, the 62-yard touchdown pass. 11.
Well, you can bet Kecoughtan is going to be playing some prevent defense with 50 seconds to go in this first half. When Hampton gets the ball, they're going to air it out. And they're going to try to work the clock. They do not have, I think Hampton has maybe 1 timeout or 2. I know Kecoughtan doesn't have but 1 timeout left.
Coming into this game, Hampton had only given up a total of 29 points in 4 games. And the Kecoughtan offense has riddled the Crabber defense for 20 first-half points. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of adjustments made at halftime by the Hampton defensive coaches. And you have not heard the last of the Crabbers, I'm sure. But give Kecoughtan credit. They have come out here and have played a wonderful first half. This is probably the best half they've played in many games.
Well, they have really been well coached to what to do in this ball game, because they are actually picking apart the Crabber defense right now.
A short kickoff fielded at the 20-yard line. This is Brian Gerzak. Finds a hole. Big Brian Gerzak takes a lot of Warriors down with him, and he gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. He carried 4 Warriors for almost 10 yards.
And he was backpedaling on some of those yards.
When I say big, I'm talking big here. Brian Gerzak, 6'3", 236, and he's a horse. I think one of the Warriors was trying to throw a saddle on him there.
Well, they were definitely, 4 of them were riding, because he took him for a ride.
Clock is running, 33 seconds remaining in the half. Matthews, his pass to Mines. Mines was down on his knees when he made the catch. So, in fact, the Crabbers will lose a yard. Back to the 39. So, as you well know, if you've watched high school football, if you're on the ground and you have a knee on the ground and catch the football, that's where you stay.
And we got a timeout, and it looks like it's an official's timeout for some reason.
Zebras are going to talk about it, but I think that's the way it's going to stand. A 1-yard loss on the completed pass. Mike Smith has a question for one of the officials on the far side. Now he's going to call a timeout.
Well, you can see Mike coming over to talk to his offense. Mike calls all the offensive plays. A lot of times the defense just makes some adjustments on the field, but I tell you, during the halftime, the coaching staff for Kecoughtan is going to be patting their people on the back for the offensive job that they've done. But Hampton, on the other hand, is going to be over there making some adjustments. And they're going to have to tighten that up and not let them get that easy score, the big play.
Let me recap very quickly for you. If you joined us late, the Kecoughtan Warriors recovered a Hampton fumble and took it in from 40 yards out in 5 plays. They consumed 255 and made it 7-0 as Bugs went over from 1 yard out. Then the Crabbers took the ensuing kickoff and went right down the field, capping the drive, a 66-yard drive with a 19-yard pass to Aaron Monday from Aaron Matthews, and that 66-yard drive took 2 minutes and 46 seconds, and the Crabbers tied it at 7. Then the Warriors came back as Nick Bowen went over from 4 yards out. 15 plays, 6 minutes and 39 seconds. The Warriors regained the lead 14-7. Then the Crabbers tied it up as Aaron Monday was on the receiving end of a 5-yard pass, making it 14-all. And then Mike Thacker has just been on the connecting end of a 62-yard pass from Bugs, and the Warriors have regained the lead as Aaron Matthews goes back, gets pressure, and then picks up about 4 or 5 yards with just 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. I think the Crabbers have used all their timeouts. They have. They'll try and get a playoff real quickly. They're down to 4 seconds, 3 seconds. They get it off. Matthews will pass it in the flat, and that'll expire the first half as Dwayne Murphy could not get his hands on the football. So the Kecoughtan side of the field erupts in joyous celebration. Conversely, on the far side of the field, a very quiet Hampton crowd, as they are, I guess you could use the word stunned here. Not that Kecoughtan is a team that was to be taken lightly, but they have moved the ball with fairly good ease here against the stiff defense of Hampton. A.G. Womble is down on the sidelines. He's got Coach Kozlowski from Bethel High School.
All right, Tim, we do have Koz, and Koz, you get to play here tomorrow night. First of all, observations on the first half.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm surprised that Kecoughtan is moving the ball as frequently on Hampton's defense as they have. Of course, Hampton answered the challenge, coming right back the length of the field to score their touchdown to tie it. And then the shocking play here right at the end of the half, the long touchdown pass to number 88.
A lot of offense out there tonight. Koz, what about this facility?
It's absolutely phenomenally beautiful. I'm really impressed with the way the turf is, and the structure itself is really awesome.
All right, you get to go out here tomorrow night against Warwick. Any thoughts on the Warwick game?
Well, it's going to be a big game for both teams. We're both tied for first place along with Hampton, so there's a big game for them tonight, and we're looking forward to it, and I hope the wet weather that's predicted may stay away.
All right, this Peninsula District race is wide open this year.
Well, it certainly is, and you could tell that Kecoughtan is just as effective tonight as they were against us, so the rest of the game is going to be very exciting.
All right, Mike, Koz, thanks for coming down and talking to us. Good luck to you tomorrow night against Warwick.
Thank you, A.G.
All right, Tim, Bob.
All right, A.G., thank you very much. And our score at halftime, the Kecoughtan Warriors 20, the Hampton Crabbers 14. We'll return with more action from Darling Stadium. But first, this time out, and a message from Peninsula Screen Printing.
Since 1972, Peninsula Screen Print has been providing the Peninsula with custom imprinted caps, jackets, sweatwear, and athletic uniforms. Now, a full line of promotional items such as cups, mugs, visors, pens, and frisbees are available to help your business, club, school, or a special event get your message across. Also specializing in adult and youth team sports, Peninsula Screen Print has become the leader by offering such brand names as Bike, Sandknit, Hanes, and Screen Star's Best at wholesale prices. In-house graphic artists and screen printing afford us the opportunity to provide custom logos and art to meet your design needs. From the art room to specialized screen making to the finished product, we have the facilities to meet your deadline. Located in the Old Fox Hill section of Hampton, see us this week for personalized service or phone 850-2244 for more information. Peninsula Screen Print, your one-stop walking advertisement shop.
Don Musselman, who is the superintendent of the Hampton school system. Dr. Don.
Okay, we do have Dr. Don. Dr. Don, a lot of offense that first half.
I tell you, citizens of Hampton can't ask for a better opening of this stadium. I mean, a lot of defense, a lot of offense. It's just fantastic what's happening out there.
No question about it. The whole city of Hampton's happy, delighted with this new Darling Stadium. Everybody's got to come out and see it.
Oh, exactly. We've filled up the stands, and people are still waiting outside.
What about the football in the city of Hampton?
Well, I think football is tradition in the city of Hampton. I mean, it's never going to die. It just gets bigger and bigger.
We got two of the best teams out here tonight, and of course Bethel and Phoebus having a good season also.
Exactly. All four of those teams have been having good years in the past decade, really.
Strong administration and good coaching.
Exactly that.
All right, Old Point, I don't know if we can get a picture of that. They helped us a little bit with that scoreboard. That was quite a gracious.
That's great. That's a state-of-the-art scoreboard and something that we can be proud of for many, many years, because, you know, the old scoreboards we had just didn't project it. But now we're really top-notch.
Well, I tell you, it's exciting to have a home field here for our teams again this year, and to see this big crowd back out here. It's a lot of excitement tonight.
Yeah, I just told my wife up in the stands, it's really good to have football back at Darling Stadium again.
All right, Dr. Don, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for talking to us, and we'll be talking to you some more this season.
Thank you.
You're a big fan of football.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, Dr. Don Musson.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, AG, thank you, and thank you, Dr. Don. We appreciate those comments, and there you see our score at halftime. The home team is the Kecoughtan Warriors. They lead by 6 points over the Hampton Crabbers. We'll return to Darling Stadium with more of tonight's football game, but first, this message from Billy James Company.
Only Mannington Never Wax floors have a protection layer that's so tough, it's like your feet never touch the floor. It's up to 5 times thicker than most inlaid floors, so only Mannington has a 10-year free floor guarantee. You wear it out, we'll replace it free. The toughest protection layer, the toughest guarantee. Mannington.
And of course, Billy James Company is owned by Billy James, a former Hampton High graduate and a supporter of the Hampton High School athletics.
And speaking of Hampton High School, let's take a minute right now and watch and listen to the Hampton High School Marching Band.
Okay, what are we going to do next?
Supposed to be sorry.
Europe Printing is a full-service printer for your business. Europe specializes in printing for advertising, offers an art design service and typesetting. At Gear Up Printing, you'll get super fast service and low prices. And you get free pickup and delivery. Gear Up is located at 2708 Build America Drive in Hampton. For your business printing needs, call 827-8277. Gear Up Printing will meet your deadline.
Well, we got a chance before you go to the halftime statistics. Tim, let me just take a minute here to thank the people at the city of Hampton, from the mayor to Terry O'Neill, the city manager, the public works, the engineering. All these crews been out here working around the clock to get this facility so that we could be in here tonight, and they deserve a strong round of applause if we could do that for them, because without them we wouldn't have been able to get this game played tonight.
The system here has had a problem as far as getting this thing done because of all the rain that we've had, and it's just a matter of an incredible effort, as you said, Bob, on the part of the city of Hampton and the builder and all the people involved in this thing, because you yourself said it. You came over here 2 days ago and you couldn't believe that we were going to be able to play a game. But
no, there was not much asphalt down, but there is now.
They've done a wonderful job, and this crowd is enjoying what, in my estimation, has been one of the more exciting games.
And we sure want to make mention of Larry Malloy and his staff, who have worked on this field to get it in the condition it is. Hats off to Larry Malloy and his staff.
At halftime here, the Kecoughtan Warriors lead by 6 over the Hampton Crabbers. They have, in the first half, 11 first down, Kecoughtan does. 87 yards rushing, 86 yards on the ground. They are 4 for 6 in the passing department. They have not fumbled the football. They were penalized just one time for 5 yards, and they had the ball 12 minutes and 25 seconds. For the Hampton Crabbers, they had 8 first downs. They had 81 yards rushing, 66 yards passing. Aaron Matthews, 8 out of 10 in the first half passing. They fumbled the one time, and Hampton paid for that loss of fumble because Kecoughtan did take that ball in for the initial score. They were penalized twice for 17 yards, and Hampton had the ball 11 minutes and 35 seconds in the first half. Individual statistics for the Hampton Crabbers. They were led by Dwayne Murphy with 58 yards running on 7 attempts. Aaron Matthews carried the ball 6 times for 15 yards. And Gerzak on the end around 1 time for a total of 8 yards. In the passing department, as I mentioned, 8 out of 10 for 66 yards for Aaron Matthews. His favorite receiver so far has been Manny Mines, who's caught 6 for 45 yards. The other 2 were caught by Aaron Monday. Both of those catches, by the way, for touchdowns. For the Kecoughtan Warriors, they were paced by Chris Bay with 23 yards on the ground. Check that. Herman Buggs, in fact, had 28 yards on 7 carries. Bay had 23 yards on 5 carries. 18 yards for Kevin Johnson on 5 carries. 7 yards for Nick Cohen, and 11 yards for Alan Reed. In the first half, Herman Buggs was 4 for 6 in the passing for 86 yards. A vast improvement on his first 4 ball games, and he was not intercepted. A problem that he has definitely had here in the first half of this season.
Well, he's had in this first half of play, he has had the season passing the ball that we thought he would have all year. But on that very first play, when he just jammed his left shoulder when they played Menchville, and he never got to 100% until tonight. And boy, we've seen a completely different Joe Bucks throwing that ball than we have seen before.
And that is our statistics, compliments of Jerry Zomplis here in the first half. Now let's watch and listen for the Kecoughtan High School Marching Band. for Bethel High School, Coach Kozlowski. Of course, we had the pleasure of doing that game last Saturday night. The game between his team and Denby. And of course, congratulations on that win, Coach.
Thank you very much. Our young men did a great job in that ball game.
You got a tough one Saturday night, I understand. You're going to tangle with who are you going to play?
Warwick Raiders are tied for first place along with us in Hampton, so it's really going to be a battle and a half. They have a very good team. They're very, very big. Their defense is one of the best in the league, so we'll get a true test as to whether or not our offense can withstand the bigger people that we would have to face the rest of the way.
Well, they beat a good Phoebus game. In fact, beat a good team by throwing the ball. Do you expect them to throw the ball against you guys?
I certainly think they're going to. Coach Bouchard, who's in charge of our defensive secondary, is really looking forward to it because, you know, we're ranked number 2 in the league in defensive secondary. We've allowed 149 yards passing, and Warwick, of course, is number 1, having given up 147 yards. So our young men, I think, are very interested in seeing that confrontation tomorrow night.
Well, you've got a good quarterback in Robbie Robertson, who's no slouch when it comes to passing the football.
Now, Robbie has really done a great job for us. We found him over the summer in our football camp and really has improved tremendously. And, you know, we're not afraid to put it up, and I think we'll find that tomorrow night's ball game may hinge on the big play.
Coach, I hope you have a success tomorrow night, and we appreciate you stopping by to talk with us.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks,
my pleasure.
We're going to go down right now to the field. A.G. Womble has Mike Horton.
Sorry, we did have a quick moment here with Mike Horton. Mike, a lot of offense that first half. What about the second half?
Well, we hope to keep the ball away from them. That seems to be our best defensive game plan. Defensively, we need to stop the draw and stop their good passing game. And
you're having a little trouble stopping Monday also.
Well, we've been in position a couple of times. He just made some fantastic catches. We've moved some other people back there. We just hope we can shut them down.
Mike, exciting first half here for the opening of Darling Stadium.
Yeah, it sure is. Exciting football game.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Mike Horton. Back to you, Tim.
All right, AG, thank you. And we are set to get this second half underway. Bob, we got about a minute or so before they start the second half. If you were the coach for Hampton, I know what you tell your boy. I mean, you know what you want them to do, but what would you do to adjust the defense, do you think?
Well, what you got to do is you can't give the wide receivers as much room as they're getting. They're able to get the ball real easy. What you've got to do is just play your solid defense. Don't try to do anything drastically different than what you did, you know, what your game plan is, but you just got to be a little crisper in your tackles. Read your tendencies. You got certain reads out there if you're on defense. You've got to do that and just play heads-up football.
Now, on the other side of the coin, you're Kurt Newsom, and you've got the team in there. You're up by a touchdown over I guess, at least slightly favored Hampton team. What do you tell your boys now? Do the same thing that you did?
Well, what you got to tell them is, number one, is don't lose that intensity. Boy, they played with such intensity that first half, and a lot of times you go at halftime, you've got all that adrenaline flowing, you sit down and you talk, you have a momentary drop in intensity, and you could get burned, but they're going to have the ball. Hampton's got to kick off to Kecoughtan to start the second half, so, you know, maybe they can get them pumped back up again, but if you're Kurt Newsom, you tell the guys to play with the same kind of intensity you did the first half.
Both teams coming into this game on a winning note. They have a winning streak of sorts going. Hampton has a 2-game winning streak, as does Kecoughtan. So obviously someone will find themselves on the wrong side of the win ledger after this game. And we remind you, fans, that in the Peninsula District football, as well as throughout the state, there are no ties. So we will not have a tie to this game. Someone will win this game before we're over with tonight. We've got 24 more minutes.
Well, not only that, but you have an odd number gone here. The extra point that was missed because of that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and then there was a bad snap on the extra point. So now Hampton can score and then take the lead for the first time in this ball game, but they got to stop this potent Warrior offense before they can do that.
You know, the irony of this is that this offense wasn't potent for the first 4 games. They did win 2 of those 4 games, but they really had sputtered. They only averaged 10 points a game.
Yeah, it's amazing how well they're playing. But before we get to the game, let me talk real quick about our shirts. I finally got your shirt. You'll be able to wear one. The shirts were donated, that we are wearing, were donated by Turner Sports Place in Willow Oak Shopping Center. Turner Sports Place is team sports as well as custom screen printing items. Turner's now stocks various professional sports clothing such as the Redskins and editorial items. Turner Sports Place also has a state-of-the-art screen printing operation which can serve your every need, from team sports to the very intricate multicolor designs. So remember, Turner Sports Place is your one-stop sports shop. Ask for Dave, Chubb, or Bruce Hatch. Those two men will help you. Can you see that?
Omar finally came through.
Omar came through for it. No, I didn't say that. You said that. We sure appreciate these shirts because they really look nice.
And that was my better side, I might add. All right, Greg Dean has this one ready, and we're about set to get the second half underway. I have enjoyed the first half tremendously. Hope you have too at home, and you look forward to what should be an equally good second half. We are underway as it's a short kick, taken at the 20-yard line. This is Kevin Johnson. And he gets out across the 35 before he's driven out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Well, that's good field position to start the game if you're Kecoughtan. Now we'll have to see what kind of adjustments that Danny Mitchell and Alvis Mann and Walter Brower and Coach Mike Smith did, along with Gupton and the rest of those coaches over there, what they did during this halftime to stop this scoring machine that Kecoughtan is showing us tonight.
Chris May and Kevin Johnson are in the backfield for the Warriors. May gets the handoff and stumbles forward for a good gainer, almost 9 yards, as he did a good job of maintaining his balance.
He did that because he was hit right at the line of scrimmage and stumbled forward about 6 or 7 yards.
Yeah, actually 9 yards. We'll get a chance to watch it on the replay here. Johnson was hit at the initial line of scrimmage, spun around, did a good job of maintaining his balance, and just kind of stumbled forward for almost 9. Second down and a yard for the Warriors. This is May, and he'll be close to the first down. Chris May got the call.
Well, it looks like they spot it right at the point where they're going to say, okay, Eagle Eye Tim, shall we measure, or can we just ask you?
No, I think they might have measured this one. Although this is going to, if they made this one, it's going to be by an inch, I predict. There you saw the replay. That was the play before that Chris May picked up the 9 yards. And I'm happy to tell the folks that everyone have finally gotten into the stadium.
If you can watch the scoreboard, we're getting a chance to show what this thing was doing. It is showing what did they make it?
2 for 2, made it by an inch.
Watch that. Be sure to watch tonight's game on channel 29 in Hampton.
Well, I'm already watching the game.
But you'll also be able to watch it. Stay tuned to this on Saturday and Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. and on Friday mornings at 9 a.m.
We're going to play it until I get it right.
Looked like a fumble.
It does look like it.
And it was a fumble.
The Crabbers have it.
And they caused that fumble from their defensive charge. They got back in that backfield before the Warriors had a chance to hand the ball off.
They're still trying to unpile this.
Looked like number 77 for the Crabbers ended up with the ball.
Well, I'm not sure whether it was him or number 74 who was Rodney Riddick, but it was either Thompson or Riddick, 77 or 74. But nonetheless, that is the first turnover of the ball game by the Warriors. Up to this point, they had been perfect. So we're going to say that number 77 had the ball.
Dwayne Thompson.
This is Dwayne Murphy. And he's not going to get much as he is swarmed over by that Kecoughtan defense, led in there by Vince Thomas, number 70, among others.
Among others. You're right. They are swarming defense. Number 55, David Heath. One of the linebackers was in on that along with Thacker and Bembry.
So a loss of a yard by Murphy, something you don't do very often, is to keep Murphy in the negative column. There you saw the replay. Murphy went into the middle of that line, and there just wasn't anything going there.
Well, you can see that the Warriors made an adjustment on that quick hitter by the Crabbers.
Second down and 11. Matthews pitches to Mines. Mines gets by one would-be tackler. Picks up about 6 yards. Down inside the 40 of Kecoughtan.
You've got to have a real strong arm to throw that ball in the flat like that and get it over there quickly and pick up some blockers. What they're doing, that is just a great play, and they have used that many times tonight. We see here on the replay, Aaron Matthews just rears back, and he's got 2 or 3 blockers out in front of him. Misses one right there, but number 76 fought off the block, the Kecoughtan Warrior, and made the tackle.
38-yard line is the point where they'll keep this one going.
That was John Johnson, excuse me. That was John Johnson who made the tackle.
And Matthews will not get a chance to unload this one. Jimmy Bembry was all over Matthews.
Wow. He came through there. He came from his linebacker spot. He just shot the gap. He shot the gap, and we had somebody looking over to the left side.
So the ball goes back to the 45-yard line. That is a 7-yard loss.
He did not see the man coming.
4th down for the Crabbers. And Bailey gets away a good kick. Drives the Kecoughtan Warrior Bowen back to his 10-yard line. And then the Crabbers on the special team do a great job of bottling Bowens up. So the Crabbers on a 4th and long, after a great job by Bembry to force them into that situation, kick the ball, and now Kecoughtan will start from their 13.
Well, we've seen, people have seen Hampton kick the ball, punt the ball tonight more than they have in a lot of games this year. They have not. They've been moving the ball. They have not had to punt the ball. This Kecoughtan defense has really done a good job of scouting the tendencies of the Crabbers.
Glad you brought that up. Mike Keach over the Daily Press was kind enough to give me some statistics, and one of those statistics is the fact that Hampton has only punted 6 times in 4 games and 30-yard average for Mr. Bailey. So we want to thank Mike Keach and all of the reporters in the Daily Press who make those statistics available to myself.
Well, you take him out for dinner whenever you can, don't you?
Absolutely. 7:55 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Second down and 8 for the Warriors. Bugs back to pass, has time, throws downfield, and it's knocked away, incomplete, as Joe Fluellen was the intended receiver.
And that's number 8 again.
We'll return to Darling Stadium, but first let's take this brief timeout. We'll be right back. Third down and 8 for the Warriors. 7:34 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Kecoughtan holding on to a 6-point lead. Bugs fakes the draw. He has the ball still. Throws in the flat. Incomplete, as the ball was intended for Mike Thacker, who caught a 62-yard touchdown pass just before the end of the first half to put Kecoughtan on top.
Well, Mr. Joe Bugs took a big hit just as he delivered that ball, and that's why it ended up being short.
Was his name Joe or Kermit? Or is it
Kermit? I'm sorry, it's Kermit Bugs. I call him Joe. My fault.
No, that's okay. I didn't know whether he might go by a different name.
No, I gave him a different name. I apologize.
Crabbers put some pressure on Farr, the punter, but he gets a beautiful kick away. Fielded at the 48-yard line by Mines. He's looking for some blockers. Oh, does he get a block? And a flag goes down.
Oh, that was a good block. I don't believe they're going to call that a penalty.
If that's what the flag is for, that was a terrible call, guys. I'll have to watch this one on replay. I watched that block set up, and that was a good above-the-waist block, but we'll have to wait and see. Might have been something after the fact.
I think he's going to call you'll watch the replay.
Let's see what.
Nice punt.
They say clipping. So there might have been someone else, because that sure wasn't that block. Watch right here. 75. He didn't clip him.
That was an excellent block.
He didn't clip him. He got him right in the front. He got him right on the numbers. Terrible call, guys. Sorry. So that's going to wipe out a great return by Mines. I watched that play developed as you did, because we could see number 75 for Kecoughtan getting ready to be lined up.
That's one thing about being up here in this press box. We really have an unobstructed view of what's going on, and we've got a better view of seeing what's being set up. But the officials, they do a good job
1st and 10.
But that's just a call you and I would disagree with.
Well,
took Hampton out of excellent field position. They were up there inside the 30. Now they're back just at their 39.
It's one of those plays where it's just so close. And let's give the official credit. He was much closer to the play than I was, but in my opinion, from up here, it looked like a good block. But
well, the key word there is in your opinion,
that's right.
in my opinion.
Exactly. 39-yard line. The Crabbers have the football. Wide open is Brian Gerzak at the 43-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets to the 38 of Kecoughtan. Kecoughtan crowd cheering the vigorous hit put on Mr. Gerzak.
Well, Mr. Gerzak jumping over one ball player, one tackler, and got hit by Joe Flewellen, number 2. But I tell you, he pops right up. Joe is a good tackler, but Mr. Brian Gerzak is a big young man, and we can see on the replay. Just now, this is the I don't know what that replay is.
That was one out of the archives.
Yeah, I don't know where Joe got that.
Joe got that one.
You can keep it, Joe.
Pitch back to Key. Cal Key running for one of the few times in the ball game.
That was the right 2 teams, wasn't it?
I'm not even sure of that.
So Joe is testing us. He pulled that from the first half.
6:33 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. If you joined us late, you have missed a real good ball game. 20-14, Kecoughtan and Hampton. Kecoughtan on top by 6. They traded for touchdowns in the first half, and Kecoughtan got the go-ahead one with just 51 seconds remaining in the first half on a 62-yard pass to Mike Thacker from Kermit Buggs. Joe Kermit Buggs, that is. 2nd down and 8 for the Crabbers. Matthews looks downfield, has Aaron Monday open, and then just overthrew him a bit, as defending on the play was the quarterback for Kecoughtan, playing defense as well, Kermit Buggs. See that an awful lot. Your good athletes are playing both ways on a lot of these teams.
Well, if you look on Hampton, Aaron Matthews plays both ways, as does Manny Mines, Brian Gerzak, Aaron Monday, Rodney Riddick, and Curtis Wilson. So both teams have people playing both ways.
No question.
And who else is a better safety than your quarterback, who knows what other quarterbacks are thinking? And you notice that both teams' safeties are their starting quarterback.
6:03, the clock stops with the incomplete pass.
And we have a 3rd and long, one of the very few times this year that Hampton has been in that situation.
And
Aaron doesn't like what he sees, so he calls a timeout.
Matthews looked over the huddle, and as you said, Bob, there was something he wasn't sure of. So he went ahead and called a timeout.
We now to go to Hampton Chevrolet.
Timeout on the field, 6:03 remaining. 3rd down and 8 for the Crabbers, as they have trailed initially in this ball game 7-0, came back to tie it, then went behind again 14-7, came back to tie it at 14-all, and then at halftime it was 20-14, and that's where we stand right now.
Tim?
Yes, AG.
All right, 3rd quarter, we got 2 of our favorite people from the championship team last year, Todd Summers and Tony Hyman, going to speak to us for a couple moments.
Great. Okay, those 2 former Crabbers will be with AG right now. Let's take a brief timeout and a message from Hampton Chevrolet.
Listen to the heartbeat. There's really something to sing about here at Hampton Chevrolet Jeep Eagle. You pay what we pay the factory. Actual dealer invoice, plus up to $1,000 factory rebate to you on every Hampton Chevrolet and Hampton Geo new 1989 car and truck, and every new 1989 Hampton Jeep Cherokee. Yes, you can at Hampton Chevrolet Geo Jeep Eagle, 2 blocks east of I-64 on Mercury Boulevard.
Kenny Self, the referee, as you see on your screen there, just about set to get both teams underway. Crucial 3rd down here for the Crabbers. They want to, of course, keep this drive alive and hopefully regain the lead. And, of course, Kecoughtan wants to stop them here and force a kicking situation. 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 8. Matthews getting pressure, and he's going to be sacked for a loss.
Well, that's the way you stop a good quarterback, is you put pressure on him. Don't let him get a chance to set up and look for his receivers.
There you see number 87, Sean Stacy, who did a good job of forcing Matthews to leave the pocket. Stacy, 6'4", 210 junior, did an excellent job, and now it brings up a 4th down and 11 for the Crabbers. So Aaron Matthews looking over to the sidelines. The play is brought in from Coach Mike Smith, and James Shepard will have that play for the Crabbers. Crabbers have to hurry it along here, however. They could get caught with a delay of game penalty if they don't get this play off pretty quickly. And now they're going to call timeout, so that's going to be their second
timeouts
on the same series of plays here. So they've expended 2 of those timeouts. That could be a telling factor down in the latter stages of this ballgame. While I have this opportunity, I'd like to remind the fans of games coming up for these teams and other teams, and we encourage you this coming Friday night, if you haven't been out to Darling Stadium yet, why don't you make a point to do so? On the 6th of October, there will be a game here, and that game will pit Phoebus and Hampton, and we'll be here to do that game for you. That'll be Friday night at 7:30, the Phoebus-Hampton game, and then on the 7th,
is a Hampton player. His name is Barrett Franklin. Congratulations. Who was that?
On the 7th, we're going to have Medgeville visiting Bethel High School right here at Darling Stadium. So Friday night, Hampton and Phoebus, a game we'll be here to do. And then Saturday night, right back here again, Bethel will host the Medgeville Monarchs. We've talked to Coach Kaz a little earlier, and of course, as you're watching this game, if you watched it Saturday night, you missed a game being played at Darling Stadium. Because Bethel was hosting Warwick, if I remember.
You got this all figured out. I'm in a time warp trying to figure out when they're playing and when we're on, and did we miss something?
All right, here we go. This is to this point,
big play because you're going to give Kecoughtan great field position if you don't make this first down.
Matthews has time, throws to Mines. He's got the first down. He's inside the 25.
What a gutsy call. Mike Smith has done a super job at Hampton for many, many years, and he will make the call when it needs to be made.
Laddie Anderson, number 56, was over there to cover Mines, but not before Mines picked up the first down at the 25.
He just goes down and does a curl pattern right in front of the defensive back and picked up about 15 yards.
Mines had the first down. He stopped right at the first down marker when he caught the ball, so he knew he had to keep going, but the Crabbers keep the drive alive. Matthews pitches to Dwayne Murphy. Murphy gets away from one would-be tackler, and then he's rolled down inside the 25 at about the 23. Murphy in the ball game so far has 59 yards, which is about half of his average per game. Watch the replay here. There you saw Shepard blocking for him.
Well, he actually missed the block. That was the guy that slowed Murphy down. You got to get a better block out of your lead back on that play. And Shepard does a good job of blocking. That was just one he missed.
Shepard is replaced by Cal Key in the backfield. Murphy and Key are the running backs. Fake to Murphy and Key. Pass wide open to Brian Gerzak. He's down at the 6-yard line. Chris May made the tackle, but the Crabbers are knocking on the door.
Well, they're bringing a second man through that zone, and he is wide open when they do that. And we have a Crabber that hurt. Looked like number 2, Joe Flewellen, might have a leg cramp.
He's a warrior, but
I'm sorry, yeah, warrior. I'm getting excited. Watch the replay as Matthews sets up and hits a wide open Brian Gerzak. And he came down and kind of hit Joe Flewellen. Looks like he kind of rolled on his leg a little bit, and that may be what it is. I hope it's not a serious thing. It may just be a cramp. See Revis Conrad working on his leg and like it's a cramp, and that's Kurt Newsom coming walking off. So they're treating it like a cramp. If you're a Warrior fan, that's good news.
4 minutes and 11 seconds remain here. There you see Flewellen as he is able to get up and go off on his own power, and we're happy to see that happen. I would be curious. I didn't get a chance to ask Kurt Newsom about the condition of the young man who was hurt in that game last week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was Bethel, wasn't it? I get it right.
No, it was Phoebus.
Phoebus. That's
Try
right.
one more time.
I'll get it right. Yeah.
The only other team school you haven't talked about was Bethel.
We did 2 games last week. I wasn't sure who we were covering. Dwayne Murphy inside the 5. Anyway, I think his name was Bowen as well. I hope he's. Our best wishes go out to him. Hope he's recovered, or at least has recovered. Murphy brings the ball to about the 4-yard line. It's 2nd down and goal for the Crabbers.
And just see the replay. It's just a quick pitch, but Mr. Heath, 55, meets him right at the line of scrimmage, and he struggles and picks up about a yard.
Murphy has 6 touchdowns in 4 games so far. So he is a man that the Crabbers do like to go to when it's delivery time. Murphy lines up in the backfield along with Key. Matthews on the option, pitches to Key. Key is upended just before he gets to the goal line. He'll be short by about a yard.
Well, it's a nice open field tackle. I didn't see who the tackler was. Did you get that, Eagle Eye?
I was watching Key do a head over his field somersault. Maybe we'll get it on the replay. Count on Slow-Mo Joe to be there.
Well, it's number 1 that's making the hit.
Williams. Yeah, Mike Williams came up from his safety position. So it's 3rd and goal for the Crabbers. They've marked the ball between the 1 and the 2. Matthews gives to Murphy, and he does not get in. At least there's no signal as of yet.
Now you got 4th down and inches.
So Murphy was unable to get it across the goal. It is, as you said, 4th down and less than a yard to go. The Crabbers have already used 2 timeouts, and they are going to use a 3rd timeout right now.
Well, this Mike Smith is very anxious to get this touchdown simply because that'll give them a chance to take the lead for the first time. And he's got a lot of confidence in their defense that they can stop this Kecoughtan Warrior team. And wow, you talk about a game of inches. This is really something.
Well, and this is a good example of the importance of the timeouts. Crabbers have used 3 timeouts on this drive alone. There you see the scoreboard and the time remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 20-14, that's the same score we had here at halftime as the Crabbers and the Warriors battled with a high-scoring first half. And to this point now, we have not had any scoring here in the second half. But it'll be 4th down and less than a yard to go for the Crabbers. You know, Murphy's been the bread and butter man, but the pass has worked twice now to Monday. So if it was your call, what would you do, Coach?
I don't know.
That's why we're up here, right?
That's why I'm up here. But no, I would run an option with my quarterback with the option to pass, where he could either run it in or dump the ball off to Mines, who was wide, or Gerzak break into the flat.
4th down and less than a yard. Referee Kenny Self getting them aligned properly. Aaron Matthews over the center. Dive into the end zone, touchdown for Murphy.
And what they do, just the opposite of what I thought they might do.
So with 2:06 left here in the 3rd quarter, Hampton now has tied the ball game as Murphy goes in from 1 yard out. And we're tied at 20. We're going to get a chance to watch this again. It was just simply a power play, left side of the center. Murphy put his head down and followed his blocking into the end zone.
Well, the blockers got the jump.
Greg Dean's kick hits.
He hit the upright, yes, and it went in. First time that the Crabbers have been ahead in this ball game.
So 11 plays, 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
And 3 timeouts.
A good point. But, you know, what's important is, and I'm sure I can't certainly put myself in Mike Smith's shoes here, but I would think that what he felt was they had to score on this drive.
Absolutely. They had to. They made some 4th down plays on that drive, and I don't know if Jerry's got the statistics on it, but I know of 2 times they went for it on 4th down.
I'll bet you Jerry Z can tell us how many fourth down plays there were. There were 2.
And I knew of 2, so
Yeah, there was one out there around the 40 that they went.
Well, that was a pass to mine.
That was a big play, too.
Yes,
that was 11
that was like
yards.
10 or 11 yards.
Yeah. And then, of course, the 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, and that was what Murphy needed to punch it through. So the Crabbers have taken the lead for the first time in this ball game.
Gary Dean is kicking off for the Crabbers, number 73. It's a short kick.
Short kick that goes out of bounds. So now the Crabbers will, or actually, I should say the Kecoughtan Warriors will have the option of taking the ball where it went out.
Well, that's an illegal procedure call against the Crabbers, and they will probably kick off again from the 35. But AG, our roving reporter, as you can see, standing over, he's really getting right in the thick of things over there on the Crabber sideline. What's going on over there, AG?
But Tim, we couldn't ask for a greater opening on this new Darling Stadium than the game tonight.
You're right, AG.
We're going to have a chance, like I said, to talk to Todd Summer and Tony Hyman here in a few minutes and follow their college careers as they're both playing football in college. We'll talk to them in a minute.
And that'll be coming up between the 3rd and 4th quarters.
Well, I tell you, AG is really sharp. You notice he went over and picked up the ball because he knew he'd be on camera. What a cheap way to get on camera.
There, he's still on camera. He must know somebody.
He knows somebody.
All right, we're going to do it again, only we'll be 5 yards further back this time. As Greg Dean will have it fired up. Those big linemen hate these re-kicks more than anything.
Oh, they do that.
Takes it out of you. Everybody waiting for somebody to do something.
Blow the whistle.
There we go. The referee, Kenny Self, finally blows the whistle. And here we go. Again, a relatively short kick. Fielded at the 27.
And a fair catch, which was not a bad call, but it's inside the 30, so if you're Hampton, that's not too bad.
Fair catch call by Greg Hardy, number 30. So now Kecoughtan finding themselves behind for the first time in this ball game. There you look at the coaching staff and the sidelines for the Hampton Crabbers. They are the visitors for this game.
That's Danny Mitchell with the headset on.
Kevin Johnson and Chris May are the running backs. Kermit Buggs the quarterback. Buggs wants to pass. He does so. Completes the pass. It's a lateral. He throws downfield for Chris May. And Chris May cannot hold on to the football. He made an excellent effort to catch that football. But the official was right there and ruled that it hit the ground. Now Chris May shaking
he
up
may have jammed his hand or finger trying to catch that ball.
He may have even caught the ball in the midsection when he landed on it. It looked like he may have. We'll get a chance to watch this again.
That was a lateral.
See the official there pointing the other direction? That was to indicate it was not a forward pass.
And that was a great call because they had Kecoughtan. They had the Crabbers caught off guard. Kecoughtan is pulling out every stop.
Pitch back to Kevin Johnson. He is submarine for a
nice
loss.
Play by number 1. That's JoJo Backnell, a former Kecoughtan Warrior who fought over the block and made the tackle.
There you see Chris May holding his midsection. I think that's what happened. I think he landed on the football.
Well, the ball came out, hit the ground, and then he came on top of it. And you're right. That's probably what happened. And knocked the wind right out of you.
So it's 3rd down and about 11 for the Warriors, trying to regain some momentum as the Crabbers have taken it away from them now as they lead by a single point. Buggs is at quarterback. Nick Bowen is one of the running backs, and Alan Reed is the other. Kermit Buggs has the football, almost tackled. Throws up a ball that is almost intercepted by Brian Gerzak.
Well, that was a bad throw on Kermit's part. He didn't want to get the sack, but you don't throw the ball up for grabs, and Gerzak almost got it. As big as he is, he wasn't quite fast enough.
He made an extra effort to get to that ball, did Gerzak. He just couldn't quite get there. There you see Buggs almost tackled, gets away, and then he just throws kind of a floater up there. That ball may have just come off his hand incorrectly. There you see Gerzak almost made the grab. Back to the live action. Dustin Farr's punt takes a Kecoughtan roll, and it'll roll dead inside the 40 at the 36-yard line, and that's where the Crabbers will take it now, leading by a single point. 53 seconds remains here in the third quarter. Stay tuned between quarters as AG will have those two former Crabbers, Tony Hyman and Todd, what do you mean, me Summers?
Well, they used to call him Toad.
Toad, Summers. I like Summers. He's a coach.
Oh, well, I tell you, the personality of these teams are really different from last year's team when you had a character like Todd Summers on the team that kept everybody loose. Danny Mitchell says this is a team that is a joy to coach. They are very easy to coach. It's hard to yell at them.
Murphy gets the pitch, crosses the 40 to the 41. He is wrapped up there by number 56 for Kecoughtan, Laddie Anderson. Picks up about 4, almost 5. Let's call it 5. It'll be second down and 5 as 67 yards on 13 carries now for Murphy, including 1 touchdown. And that gives him 7 touchdowns, by the way, for the season. Now, Monday's 2 touchdowns have increased his total to 4 touchdowns. And
well, they just let the clock run out, so we're now into the end of the third quarter.
And during the third quarter, the Hampton defense completely shut down the Kecoughtan Warriors. AG, who you got over there with you?
We got Tony Hyman, and here comes Todd Summer. Tony, Crabbers took control here a little bit. What about this first 3 quarters?
Well, I think that, the first 3 quarters, they came out low. They came off the ball a little slow, but it looks like now, they're starting to get their confidence back. The defense starting to, do what they can do, and the offense starting to move the ball a little bit. So, it looks like they're going to be all right.
Who's this friend of yours over here?
Todd Summers.
Todd.
Can we get a shot of
what's going to happen here in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think we're going to work on our line, getting down and blocking a little bit better and everything, and staying on our blocks. And I think we're going to come around. I believe they're getting tired a little bit, and, they just can't stand the workout that we're going to give them.
Tony, you're up at Howard returning punts. How are things going up there at Howard University?
It's going just great up there. They got me returning punts and backing up the starting wide receivers. So far, it's going pretty good.
All right, and Todd, you're over at HU. How are things going over there with that program?
Well, over at HU, we're doing pretty good, and I'm sitting out, this year and everything. I plan to come back next year and work a little and see if I can get into the offense, see what I can do.
One final question for you. Would you guys like to be out here tonight?
Oh, most definitely.
I'd love to be out here, no question.
Thanks a lot for stopping and talking to us. Tim, back to you.
All right, AG, thank you very much. During the third quarter, Kecoughtan had 1 first down after registering 11 during the first half. So the Hampton defense did the job. Matthews completes the pass to Gerzak at the 45.
And that was a nice tackle by the halfback safety, Joe Flewellen.
Let me take this opportunity to mention that Gear Up Printing is a full-service printer for your business. Gear Up specializes in printing for advertising, offers an art design service and typesetting. At Gear Up Printing, you'll get super fast service and low prices, and free pickup and delivery. Gear Up is located at 2708 Build America Drive in Hampton. For your business printing needs, call 827-8277. Gear Up Printing will meet your deadline. Back to the game at hand here. A flag is down as the Crabbers have moved the ball down close to the 35-yard line, but there are penalty flags down on the field.
And I didn't catch any tendency that time. I couldn't tell if it was offense or defense, but where the flag was thrown, it may have very well been one of the offensive men moved too prematurely.
Just a reminder, this coming weekend, Saturday night, Menchville will be here at Darling Stadium Saturday night as Bethel will be the host. And Friday night here at Darling Stadium, it's the Hampton Crabbers and the Phoebus Phantoms. As you watch a replay of that last play, we encourage you to come out here and watch these games in person. We have a great time bringing the games to you.
Look at the crowd. I tell you, we have been building up for this. I had no idea that we'd feel, because they can put 8,000 people, and if the people that are standing around the fence would get in the stands, we would have 8,000.
Still first down.
There you saw the call against the Hampton Crabbers.
What was the call? I missed it.
I believe it was holding.
Oh, that's a big one.
So that marks the ball back into Hampton territory at the 48-yard line. They need to get all the way down to the 35 for the first down. So we're going to call it a 1st and 16 for the Crabbers. Actually, 1st and 17. Matthews fakes the ball to Key, and then Matthews fumbles as he is sacked. And they're going to say who had the ball last. They're going to say Hampton had it last.
He didn't have. You got to have control before you go out of bounds with the ball.
That was almost a costly fumble on the Crabbers' part.
Well, the Crabbers are going the wrong direction.
Crabbers lead this series, I might add, 23 victories to just 3 for Kecoughtan. Last year, the Crabbers won 28-0, and it's been anything but that type of game this year.
Well, it's 2nd and 25. The ball is spotted at the 40, and they got to go all the way to the 35 of Kecoughtan for a first down.
11 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dwayne Murphy wrestled to the ground after a pretty good gainer.
That was number 78, David Robinson, big defensive tackle for the Kecoughtan Warriors. The young man is 6'1", 245. He's no little slouch out there. He just kind of took him like a rag doll and shook him.
Murphy picked up about 7 on the play. Brings up a big third down. There you see the replay of Murphy dragged to the ground, and he could have hurt his knee there. He kind of fell on that knee kind of awkwardly, so I'm sure the Crabbers are happy to see him bounce up.
We got double wide out on the right-hand side.
Murphy, the lone setback. Man is wide open. That's Manny Mines for a first down at the 44-yard line.
He got the first down. What a play. 2 plays to get that first down.
That was exactly the same play that he got the first down earlier on. He went down just far enough for the first down, made the grab, and went forward for another yard.
Well, they put a double wide out on that side. If we can pick it up, you see there's 2 men breaking off on the right-hand side, and he sits down. Murphy just does, Manny Mines just does a hook, and he caught the ball about 3 yards short of the first down and then made the first down.
An official's timeout for, I would imagine, a equipment repair. Now, the Crabbers used 3 timeouts there in the third quarter. The Crabbers, incidentally, have recorded 5 first downs here in the second half, and all of them through the air.
Tim, if you remember a couple years ago when Hampton and Kecoughtan were both good, and the Kecoughtan and Hampton met in the playoffs, Hampton went ahead and won the state championship. They said the toughest team they played all year was Kecoughtan Warriors.
I'll tell you, Hampton's going to know they were in a ball game tonight, as is Kecoughtan. This has been a hard-fought ball game by 2 very good teams. Pitch back to Murphy. Murphy finds some running room down across the 25.
Very close to a first down. He spots it as a big decision here, but Eagle-Eyed Tim is going to say it's short.
Yeah, you're right. That's not even too hard there.
He's got to get across the 25.
Yeah,
well, he is across it, but not far enough across.
He needs to get actually to the 24 there, so it'll bring a 2nd down and 1.
There's a fan watching this ball game. Look at this replay. Nice move by Summers. I'm sorry, Summers. By Murphy. I got Todd Summers on my mind for some reason.
That could be dangerous. Matthews wants to pass, does so, and completes it.
And that's to Brian Gerzak.
Brian Gerzak has had a real good evening.
Well, in the first few series, Hampton threw the ball to Aaron Mundy. And now they're throwing it to Gerzak, and they're throwing it to Manny Mines. He's got 3 great receivers.
And Gerzak has caught 4 passes tonight for 68 yards. That last one, a 13-yarder. So Gerzak has done a great job. He's got 4 catches. And Mines, in fact, has 9 grabs on the evening. First down at the 13 for the Crabbers. Pitch back to Dwayne Murphy. Murphy darts inside the 5-yard line.
Well, he did a lot of that running after he got the ball. He got some good blocks, but once he got through the initial line of scrimmage, he did a couple of moves to get himself down inside the 5 at about the 4.
8-yard pickup for Murphy. He's knocking on the 100-yard night now. He's got 91 yards according to our statistics.
Well, not only that, but if you notice, Hampton is just about most of the time, 80 to 90% of the time, it's 2nd and short. They never get to a 3rd down situation, but when they do, they make it.
Coincidentally, last week in the standings, Hampton remained 6th in the state. even with that one-sided victory that they had over Mitchville.
Well, there's another pitch, just that power sweep that they used to the right side. They got some good blocking on that right side of that line, and they picked up the first down, so that make it a 1st and goal. And I'm trying to see where they spot the ball. Looks like it's just short of the 2-yard line.
So pickup of 2 for Murphy. And it is 1st and goal.
That is on the 2-yard line. As you can see, our good camera work. Our camera crew is just doing an excellent job.
You know who moved ahead of Hampton, even though Hampton won, was that Wilson team that beat Phoebus so thoroughly. That was quite a ball game. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. And into the end zone for a touchdown. Dwayne Murphy with his 2nd touchdown of the night. So Murphy has put the Crabbers up by 8 now, or 7 I should say. With 7:47 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Extra point try by Greg Dean is good.
Well, that gives them an 8-point lead where Kecoughtan can now still tie with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But this Hampton Crabber defense have really done the job. How many first downs do you say Kecoughtan's got? 1 this second half?
1 first down in the entire second half. 64 yards on 10 plays. The Hampton Crabbers have done it the way they needed to do it. 2 long drives. The first drive in the 3rd quarter was 5 minutes and 10 seconds. This one almost identical, 5 minutes and 6 seconds, and that has kept the Kecoughtan defense on the field a lot as well. So that's a major factor.
Well, that was one thing that when I was talking to the Kecoughtan coaches that they said, we got to keep the ball out of Hampton's hands. If we can keep the ball and drive the ball, take a lot of time off the score, off the clock and score, then that puts pressure on Hampton. Well, they did it the first half. The second half, they're not doing it. Hampton is hanging on to the ball and making a long drive.
Hampton has dominated here in the second half. There's no question about it. Kecoughtan has registered with 1 first down while the Crabbers have 7. The Crabbers with 2 long drives have taken an 8-point lead. Fielded at the 21-yard line. This is Chris May. He started the ball game in big form for the Kecoughtan Warriors. He gets out close to the 30 at about the 29-yard line.
And there are no fewer than 7 Hampton Crabbers around that ball carrier. And who is right in the midst of it? Number 11, Manny Mines. I'm impressed with that young man tonight, as I have been with Aaron Mundy and Brian Gerzak and Aaron Matthews, and I go on and on and on for the Crabbers.
This will be a time that we might start considering some of our selections for our players of the game.
Kermit Buggs, Joe Flewellen, David Heath. I mean, there's just excellent ball players out there tonight. I don't even know how to narrow it down.
This is Kevin Johnson into the middle of that defensive line of Hampton's. Not much happening there, maybe a yard or 2. Well, you know, let's get some feedback from AG and from our director and our producer, see who their choices might be for our very unscientific selection of players of the game. We're going to have one from each side of the field tonight.
Yes.
And it's just for the fun of it, we're just going to try and come up with one consensus player, which is not going to be easy because there have been outstanding plays on both sides. I'm going to have to put my
vote is going to go for Hampton's. Got to go with Manny Mines, and I'm going with Kermit Buggs on Kecoughtan.
All right, we'll get some feedback as we go along here. This game far from over, I should quickly add. Buggs and contact will give a first down to the Kecoughtan Warriors, I do believe, as Cassells, who has played an excellent ball game.
That call kind of upsets me from a coaching standpoint, because the other ball player they were both going for the ball. Kecoughtan Warrior ran into the Hampton, but I bet the call is against Hampton.
Yep, I think you're right, and I have to agree with your assessment of that, because I think that it was unintentional contact. I don't think the Hampton player was trying to stop him. Now, I don't know if we'll pick it up on the replay or not.
I don't know if we can pick it up now or not, but they just run into each other. Yeah. And I mean, they were both watching.
Another question, too, was whether that ball was catchable or not.
Well, they don't go with catchable. I don't think that's one of the things they consider in high school.
Well, again, the interference call is the judgment call. There was 2 flags, so 2 officials thought that that's what happened.
Right, and,
So
but again,
that's a judgment call, and it's a tough call to make. But I'm going to have to say that I felt like that was a call that could have gone either way. That was incidental contact. This pass is incomplete.
Well, he called it complete, I think, and he stepped out of bounds, and that was caught by number 1, Mike Williams, for the Warriors.
Well, they're going to call it a lateral, so it doesn't have to be in the air. Think about that.
Well, I don't know if that was a lateral. That was not a lateral. He got the ball and I know he came back after he caught the ball, like he stepped back or something.
Yeah, they ruled it lateral, and for that reason, you don't have to catch it. Think about
true.
it.
That's true. You don't.
You can dribble it. It's the same thing as it's the same thing.
Off your foot if you want,
that's right? Bugs fakes that same play, now steps up into the pocket, does a good job of evading a couple of tacklers, then steps outside on a good move, and he gets good yardage.
He is just calling and pointing to blockers. A young man has just impressed me so much tonight after we saw him earlier where he didn't play as well because of his injury.
He put a move on Becknell that time.
Yeah.
His former
JoJo
teammate.
Becknell is still looking for his shoe.
He put a good move on him. Becknell said, wait a minute, where'd he go?
Well, the coaching staff over there at Hampton on that sideline, very, very upset. They felt like they should have had him in the backfield for a loss, but the line did a good job of protecting Joe Kermit Bugs. I wanted to call him Joe again. Sorry, Kermit.
3rd down and about 2 on a big gainer for Bugs, and he gets the first down.
He'll call his zone number many times.
And he does it well. He follows that big blocking by Heath and Brinkley up there, and they opened some holes for him. He picked up 5 yards. A.G. Womble, if you're listening, we'd like to get your feedback on our players of the game.
Tim?
Yes, A.G.
I agree. There's so many great ones out there tonight. I'm keeping my eye on Kermit Bugs for the Warriors, and Mundy and Matthews are a couple of the crabbers. Gerzak's played great also.
He really has. You're absolutely right. It's tough. I tell you, my vote leans towards Manny Mines, who's got 9 catches tonight. I mean, that's a career for some guys. Chris May, flag is down.
Well, there was holding over there. I caught it that time. Number 77 for the Crabbers was being held, and that's big Dwayne Thompson. And the blocker just kind of grabbed him and pulled him down like you would a wrestler.
I'm gonna cast my vote for Manny Mines, and they're gonna call it against Hampton.
I can't believe they're calling it against Hampton. I saw that. Whoa.
And our director agrees with my call, because my next voice was going to be that I choose Kermit Bugs for the Kecoughtan Outstanding Player, among others, I should say. There was tremendous effort on both sides of the teams, and if I had to pick one, Bugs this has got to be the comeback game of the year for him. He had struggled for 4 games with the injuries.
Absolutely. I don't believe this call. The holding looked like to me against the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Yeah,
and the margin off against, I must have missed it.
He's guilty of being held, I think.
Well, maybe he was holding. Somebody was being held over on that side. I couldn't tell who.
Illegal contact to the helmet. Defense.
Well,
oh, okay. Wasn't holding. Okay. Maybe that's why he hit him. I don't know. They missed it. They catch the second one.
That was my problem. I took too many hits to the head. That's why I called that touchdown earlier in the game when the man didn't even have the ball. So. Took too many hits. At the 24, now we've got an official timeout.
Kecoughtan has got 2 first downs on this drive via penalty route.
Thank goodness for those. At the 24-yard line, first down. Pitch goes to Kevin Johnson. He's got some running room. Down inside the 15.
Somebody on the defense has got to pick up the pitch man. There was nobody there. What an excellent call by the Warriors.
So Kevin Johnson now, as the Warriors start to regain some life, as they had some slow going there in the first, I guess, 2/3 of this second half. Now they've got the ball inside the 15. They've marked it at about the 12. First down for Kecoughtan. Bugs calls his own number again. He gets down close to the 10.
Well, that'll sure keep your defense honest.
46 yards on the evening for Kermit Bugs on 10 carries, averaging about 4.5 yards each time he runs.
Here's a good shot of the Warrior cheering crew. Where's A.J.? I figure he'd be right in the midst of all those girls.
Did we ever come up with our consensus players of the game?
Oh, see, he's over there on the sideline getting a good eye view of this goal line play here.
Pass in the flat, down inside the 5, down to the 2.
Joe Flewellen is doing a super job tonight. And that should be enough for a first down.
That's his second catch, each of them for 9 yards, and it makes it first and goal for the Warriors.
And you can watch the replay here. After he catches the ball, he rolls right over
Manny Mines.
Manny was still hanging on.
Kermit Buggs tries to get it through, and as of yet, no call from the officials.
But we have a flag on the play from the linesman.
Kenny Self, the referee, will tell us it's going to be illegal motion against the Warriors. Big penalty.
Big penalty. That takes you back 5 yards. So it's first and goal from the 6 rather than from the 1.
That's a big call at this point. 3:39 remaining in the ball game. Crabbers leading by 8, and don't forget, in high school football, 2-point conversion is a definite reality.
And not only that, that could put it into overtime.
First down.
Well, this, you'll see what kind of defensive effort the Crabbers can put up here, because this is a real test of their defense. They've done a great job here in the second half. They've shut down the Kecoughtan defense to this point.
Oh, the Kecoughtan offense, yes.
The offense. Buggs on the keeper, gets away from one tackler. He's down inside the 5. He'll only get to about the 4, however. As he is swarmed over at the 4, it'll be...
I thought he was going to slip in. He made a good move. He's got real quick feet. Very heads up.
They're going to mark it just inside the 4. It's second down and goal. Of course, the down went over on that penalty.
But you got so many things to watch for if you're the Hampton Crabbers. I mean, Joe Buggs can run the ball, he can pitch the ball, he can keep the ball, he can throw the ball. I mean, it's just so many things that you've got to be aware of what's going to happen out there.
Fumble!
And we got a flag on the play.
The Crabbers have recovered the fumble.
Well, let's see what the flag is.
Joe Becknell has the football. I have a feeling it's going to go against Kecoughtan. Illegal shift.
And that will put the ball to the Crabbers. What a... Oh, man, you get down that close, you hate to come away empty-handed. But you got to take your hats off that Crabbers. Boy, they get tough inside that 5. We've seen that before.
The illegal shift is declined. Hampton's ball, first and 10.
There you heard Kenny Self, our referee. And by the way, we want to thank our officials tonight. A tough ball game to call, a lot of pressure on them, a big crowd here in a very important ball game. And Kenny Self has indicated to us that the fumble belongs to the Crabbers. There you see Joe Becknell falling on that loose football.
And that was a good shot by our camera crew, and good job for Joe Lewis down in slow motion booth.
Aaron Matthews is stopped for no gain.
Well, that's, you can take your hat off to Joe Becknell. He was at Kecoughtan last year, got a call against him on a unsportsmanlike 15-yarder in the first quarter that allowed Kecoughtan to score their initial touchdown, but he is playing heads-up football now, come up with a big turnover.
Get a chance to watch this last play here. There you see Matthews just dragged.
He didn't get very far.
Nope. And you see Kermit Buggs, my pick for the player of the game for Kecoughtan, sucking down some moisture because it's not all that cool out here tonight, but it was a beautiful night. Fans who missed this game missed a good one. Dwayne Murphy out to the 10. Crowd starts to file out now. Of course, the stadium here at Darling Stadium will continue to be worked on. There's a lot of finishing touches to be completed, not to mention the press box area here where we are.
Well, we got a timeout on the field. We have timeout. Kecoughtan is going to save as much of that clock as they can and hope to stop Hampton and make them punt. There's a good shot of the press box, and a good-looking guy on the right there is Tim Cole. Oh, that's my left.
Yeah, let me use my. 1:40 is the time remaining in this ball game. Hampton 28, Kecoughtan 20. 2 second-half scores by Dwayne Murphy are the difference in this ball game, as the Hampton Crabbers had to come from behind. And right now, with a timeout on the field, let's take out a brief message for Hampton Chevrolet.
Listen to the heartbeat. There's really something to sing about here at Hampton Chevrolet GOG Eagle. You pay what we pay the factory. Actual dealer invoice, plus up to $1,000 factory rebate to you on every Hampton Chevrolet and Hampton GO new 1989 car and truck, and every new 1989 Hampton Jeep Cherokee. Yes, you can at Hampton Chevrolet GOG Eagle, 2 blocks east of I-64 on Mercury Boulevard.
1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the ball game. Hope you'll stay tuned at the conclusion of our ball game, as A.G. Womble will be down on the field and hopefully have a chance to talk to some of the players, hopefully from both sides, as even though it looks like Hampton will hold on to an 8-point victory, this game was a well-played game between both of these teams. Matthews is going to air it out. He's got Gerzak. Oh, my gracious. I hope Gerzak is all right. He just took a tremendous hit.
He did that. The only way you can knock him, get him down, is to hit him low.
Look at him, he's up.
And he jumped right up, but what a hit. I don't know who hit him.
I don't think he knows who hit him. That's
but that may have been Chris May, number 14 over there. I don't know.
When you turn around like that to make a attempted catch in that position, you are so vulnerable.
Well, I don't understand this play. The pass was incomplete. The clock is stopped. Kecoughtan takes the timeout.
I'm not sure I can understand that one either, but the official, Kenny Self, has indicated that they will take a timeout. Well, let's hold on for a second here, because, yeah, they are. They're going to take a timeout.
Yes.
Okay, we'll return to Darling Stadium with the last minute and 35 seconds remaining, but first this message from Billy James Company. I guess because it's 4th down, they decided to take time.
Protection layer that's so tough, it's like your feet never touch the floor. It's up to 5 times thicker than most inlaid floors, so only Mannington has a 10-year free floor guarantee. You wear it out, we'll replace it free. The toughest protection layer, the toughest guarantee. Mannington.
And of course, we want to thank Billy James at Billy James Company, a graduate of Hampton High School, and he had one son who played basketball for me over to Sims that went over and played basketball at Hampton High. So we're glad to have Billy as one of our sponsors.
4th down and 8. Hampton is in deep punt formation. Bailey standing in his own end zone. You take a safety and then get a free kick.
No. You don't give him 2 points, because then a touchdown ties it up. Extra point wins it.
Just asking. Bailey gets the pressure. He gets contact. No flag. He gets a great kick away, fielded at the 45-yard line by Bowen. And Bowen skitters out of bounds at the 40-yard line. No flag down, even though contact was made with Bailey. Kenny Self was right there and ruled no infraction.
Well, now Kecoughtan is 40 yards from a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to throw this game into overtime. And a lot of people left when they turned the ball over, and they should have stayed. The game ain't over till a fat lady sings.
Watch this now. They're going to watch the replay as Bailey gets the kick away. No contact with the ball. He did not have it blocked. And watch now. Finish that through. He was run into ever so slightly, but nonetheless, but no call. Mike Thacker has the pass at the 15-yard line. Big Mike Thacker just ran over Manny Mines.
Wow. What a nice throw.
Don't leave yet, folks. 1 minute and 1 second remains. And it ain't over, as you said. Clock is restarted. Plenty of time, 15-yard line. Bugs passes. Fluellen got it at the 12. Problem with that play is it will not stop the clock.
That's correct. He may have just let the ball hit the ground. Now they're going to take out. This is their final timeout. they have no more timeouts.
So the Warriors do call a timeout with 44 seconds remaining. Did we ever, I don't mean to beat this dead horse here, but did we ever decide who our consensus get players of the game were?
Yeah,
Kermit Buggs?
Kermit Buggs for Kecoughtan and Manny Mines for the Crabbers. You and I and Scotty all went that way. AG, he's over on the sideline.
He went with Monday and Gerzak, who were also good choices, as Matthews as well.
Do I get a chance to break the tires? Is it all over?
It's all over. It's 3-1.
Actually, you know, the player of the game may still be decided here because this game isn't over with yet. Mike Thacker, if he catches another one like he did at the closing seconds of the first half for a touchdown and ties his game up, would have to be my vote. But that's a big if.
That play looks very similar to what Hampton's been running. The second man on that pass pattern is the one that seems to be hurting them, and that's happened to the Warriors defense when they try to stop Hampton.
2 second-half touchdowns by Dwayne Murphy have put the Crabbers in front after they trailed by 6 at halftime. 2nd down and 7, 44 seconds to go. The Warriors have no timeouts remaining. Ball is marked at the 12-yard line. Buggs back to pass. Looks, completes the pass. No, he does not. It was in his hands and out.
Right in his hands. What a nice throw by Kermit Buggs.
Joe Fluellen, right between 3 defenders, had his hands on the football, just couldn't hold on to it. If he caught that ball, it would have been a spectacular catch.
Absolutely.
So that stops the clock with 40 seconds remaining. A large number of these fans have left, but now they've stopped and gathered around the fence. There you see the pass right between the defenders. Fluellen gave it all he had. He stretched out and almost had that football, just couldn't hold on to it.
Well, if you're going to do that, if you're Hampton, you might want to put somebody up there and bump him as he comes off the line of scrimmage. But he just split the defenders that time. Now we got another Oh, he's over on the left side this time.
And now we've got a
delay of game.
Delay of game. Oh, that hurts.
Second time that's happened against the Warriors tonight.
Well, you know, it's really not that serious of a call because instead of being at the 10, now they're at the 15. So, you know, it's all within range. It's short distance for this quarterback to go. So, although it is a penalty and it does move him further back.
Still third down. Still third down.
So it looks like it's about, the ball looks like it's on about the 17. 16 or 17.
Third down for the Warriors. Trailing by 8. Buggs on a naked bootleg. Now he throws into the end zone. He's got a man open. He can't get it to him, however.
Manny Mines was the defender on that play, defending against big number 81 for the Warriors.
Lawrence Lewis, who caught a big pass in that Bethel game, couldn't get his hands on this one.
Well, now is what they call cutting time. This is it. 4th down. You got the ball. You can pick up a first down, but you got to get to the 5 to do it. But you can't stop the clock. But the clock will stop on a change of possessions.
Big Dwayne Thompson followed Kermit Buggs on that last play. 34 seconds, 4th down for the Warriors. Last gasp time. Flags are down. Into the end zone. He's got a man open. Manny Mines knocks it away at the last second.
And there is a penalty, which could very well be a holding call against the Warriors. And if it is against the Warriors, that will be the game because they cannot stop the clock with 28 seconds.
That is penalty. It is against Kecoughtan, and needless to say, the Crabbers will decline the penalty.
Illegal motion, offense, decline. 1st and 10 this way.
There you see Kenny Self indicating.
That's 3 times that motion by the offense have hurt Kecoughtan in this 4th quarter.
So now the Crabbers just need to simply hold on to the football.
They take 1 snap, start the clock, put your knee down, and walk away with a hard-fought 28-20 win. And my hat, I got to go with Manny Mines. He's done it offensively. You said he's caught more passes than he's ever had in one ball game. He's done it defensively. He's been a tackler, been a good defensive man, and with Kermit Buggs on with the Kecoughtan, just did an excellent job.
Had a great game, and we congratulate Mike Smith and the Hampton Crabbers for raising their victory total to 4-1. They extend their winning streak to 3. The Kecoughtan Warriors saving a major fumble and catastrophe here will fall to 2 and 3. And you know something? 21 points separate Kecoughtan from 2 and 3 and 5 and 0. They lost by 7 twice coming into this game and had 8 this time, so 27 points, and they'd be 5 and 0.
5 and 0. They got it there. Excellent 3 and 2 team.
I don't mean to beat this dead horse. No. There's the end of the clock. The parity continues in the Peninsula District as we've seen it out here tonight. A good Kecoughtan team beaten by a good Hampton team in a game that was befitting of the inaugural game here.
Absolutely. You couldn't have scripted a better game. If we'd have sit down and wrote a game, we couldn't have done it better.
All right, we're going to return to Darling Stadium with some post-game interviews, but first let's take a brief timeout and a message from Peninsula Screen Printing.
Since 1972, Peninsula Screen Print has been providing the Peninsula with custom imprinted caps, jackets, sweatwear, and athletic uniforms. Now, a full line of promotional items such as cups, mugs, visors, pens, and frisbees are available to help your business, club, school, or special event get your message across. Also specializing in adult and youth team sports, Peninsula Screen Print has become the leader by offering such brand names as Bike, Sandknit, Hanes, and Screen Stars Best at wholesale prices. In-house graphic artists and screen printing afford us the opportunity to provide custom logos and art to meet your design needs. From the art room to specialized screen making to the finished product, we have the facilities to meet your deadline. Located in the Old Fox Hill section of Hampton, see us this week for personalized service or phone 850-2244 for more information. Peninsula Screen Print, your one-stop walking advertisement shop.
Your informational source of the Hampton City School System, WHCS, Channel 29.
Hey, G, I understand you got Aaron Monday with you.
Right, Tim, we got Aaron Monday. Aaron, a great game, couple touchdowns. The Crabbers came on strong when they had to in the second half.
Yes, we did because we started off slow. And, you know, they came off up, you know, ready for the game we want, you know.
Aaron, you're a little aggressive out there tonight, going both ways. One of your better games this season.
Yeah, I was just trying to get us fired up because we didn't have no momentum or nothing going in for us.
Aaron, a big turnaround in the Crabbers after that loss early in the season.
Well, we just went back to practice and start all over from scratch, you know, to get us ready for the next game.
Aaron, great game. Good luck to you the rest of the season. Aaron Monday.
All right, AG, thank you very much, and our congratulations to Aaron Monday and all of the Hampton Crabbers as they pull out the 28-20 victory after they had trailed in the game 20-14.
Congratulations.
And AG, you got Mike Smith with you.
Right, we do. First of all, Mike, congratulations. Great win, a great comeback for the Crabbers tonight.
Well, you know, I don't know if it's a comeback or not. We played better second half, and they're a fine football team. I said before the season started they were a fine team, very well coached football team. You know, they do a great job over there, and they got an excellent football team. And,
okay. Aaron Matthews, his leadership and confidence seemed to come on strong again tonight.
Well, Aaron played a real good ball game, stepped right there before the half, and he on defense he made a blunder, but I thought both teams played awfully well, and there's.
Kecoughtan played well. Kermit Buggs played well. Mines played extremely well. The guys upstairs, myself, had him most valuable player tonight on our pick.
Mines played real well. You know, we haven't been throwing the ball to Mines much, and we thought that we'd be able to go back to him because, you know, Gerzak and Monday both played awfully well. And I thought Brian Gerzak had an excellent game. Defensively, we didn't play very well the first half. They did a good job executing, and the second half we played better, but it's a nail biter.
Okay, Mike, congratulations again. Looks like the Crabbers on a roll now after that early season disappointment.
Well, you know, that was in the past. We got to put that one in the back of our mind, but we got to be real pleased with the second half effort tonight.
All right, great effort. Thanks a lot. Mike Smith.
All right, AG, and our congratulations to Mike Smith and his team. And, you know, I have to agree with Mike and everything he said, that the Crabbers didn't play well on defense in the first half. They lacked the intensity. They watched the team. And I said this toward the end of the first half. Kecoughtan probably played the best first half or any half that they've played all year, maybe in quite some time.
Well, they really did, Tim. You have to be real happy with the way, if you're the Kecoughtan coaching staff, is the way they're playing. Not because as the outcome of the game turned out, But the kids have played well. They came out that first half, and they took it to Hampton. Hampton was flat. Mike says they weren't as fired up as Kecoughtan. Kecoughtan wanted it better, wanted it more that first half, but they did a good job coming back.
Okay, we're going to return to Darling Stadium with our post-game show, but right now let's take a brief timeout, and we'll return with more after this message from Hampton Chevrolet.